Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for our first live stream ever for the top 14 this year for the 2021 competition. I'm excited. It is round two. My voice is almost gone from the earlier live streams that we did do for the Rugby Championship, and I'm excited to see this game, Toulouse taking on Toulon, as we can see for the table as well. It is interesting the way that it is sitting Racing 92 at the top of the bunch, and also alongside Castres, Castres. I feel like I pronounced that wrong, unfortunately, there, but 8 points apiece for both of those sides. Stade Francais sitting in last place. That is the side that Nani Laumape, a Kiwi, did sign to, but unfortunately for them, just hasn't quite gone their way in that regard. I was wondering what that noise was, but it was actually my phone going off to make sure that this live stream was running smoothly. But at this stage, we do know that Toulouse have got a very strong lineup for this match. They are heavily the favourite for this match up against them and Toulon, and it is a hometown advantage for Toulouse as well in this match. We will look at their starting lineup, and a few names just stand out a little bit more than the others. The likes of Antoine Dupont, also Romain Intermac, going to be starting at 10. Other players to look out for in that front row, Julian Marchand, is going to be starting at number 2, and also Cyril Bailly going to be starting at 1. Now, I will mention, overall, my pronunciation of a lot of these French names won't be fantastic. So hopefully with you guys in the chat as well, we will be able to help my way through it and be able to pronounce some of these names very nicely. We have got Lauren in the chat, and she was asking the question of who is going for Toulon, and also we have got Lewis in there, and I believe he is not going for Toulon in this match. So it's going to be interesting to see who can win this one, but they have got a very strong lineup here to lose up against this side, and it will be Toulon, and they have got a lot of players who I haven't really heard of. So this live stream, it's just going to be as much about learning it as it is about the commentary side of it. They have got Carbonell in the number 10 jersey, though, very talented player indeed. Also, Wainakolo out on that wing, the number 14 for this match. He is one who I'm looking forward to getting to see in this match. And also, it's going to be Dunglu who will be starting at a number 9. So it's going to be a big task for that man going up against Antoine Dupont. So we will have to wait and see whether or not that will be in that situation of him being able to get himself perhaps a try. We have got in the chat, Jake Lacey. Has said, good morning. You have had a late night and now an early morning as well, says Jake Lacey. Although in some regards, the night has not ended. I've done an all-nighter right through to now. I feel like it wasn't the smartest decision possibly, but I did record a video with another YouTuber, and then from there, I have pretty much ended up having my tea at about 4 a.m. in the morning. Kieran, at this stage, looks like he's a little bit worse for wear, but we are still up. We are still going for these commentary live streams, and hopefully our Wi-Fi, I should say, will last as long as we have in that regard. The sun, tell you what, it's light outside. It was dark last night when we were doing our last live stream, but it is now morning here in New Zealand, 7 a.m., but did not want to miss this game. Didn't do a round one game of the top 14, unfortunately, due to me actually sleeping through my alarm. I didn't set it for the right time. I set it for PM rather than AM, unfortunately. So that is what happened there. And there we go. We have got Yo from Crazy NZ. Welcome into the live stream, mate. It is good to see some of you Kiwis here for an early morning game on a Monday as well. Tim Nanai Williams is a name that you guys will probably recognize. Also, Rory Arnold would be another one to look at for us in that regard. Also, Tamani, not too bad off the bench, I would think. Jean-Baptiste Grus is another name, or Grus, sorry, was another name, and Etriard is a name there for Toulon that us Kiwis have been able to hear of, and we have also got there into the chat. Sebastian is here, and he has said, big love, Hamish, and our French brothers tuning in. What a spectacular day for this channel. Be sure you're checking out the grooviest rugby community on YouTube at the moment at this stage as well. Says Sebastian, do appreciate you being here, mate. We did miss last week's game, but we're not missing this one. That is for sure. I've done an all-nighter to get through to this stage. I thought about having a little bit of a sleep in between, but decided against it in the end. Decided we would go straight through the night. And we have got there. No, I got school soon as well, says Izzy. So unfortunately, I believe this game will be kicking off and finishing just after your school will be starting, if I'm not wrong. But hopefully you do have a good day at school. Of course, it is a Monday here in New Zealand, and Intermac there I can see straight away and be making his way out onto the field for Toulouse, and we able to go. It was a kick to win last night. What a goodie that was. Let's see how far this, or let's see how we go for this upcoming game as well, says Jake Lacey. Tell you what, Quade Cooper, 8 from 8 kicks. Absolutely phenomenal performance from that man to be able to do what he did with the boot, and what a return to have. I mean, they were able to get the win over the Springboks of all sides, which is an absolutely massive win for the Wallabies and exactly what they needed going into that game. They wanted that little bit of confidence, and they well and truly built it up there, and hopefully it will be a good game next week as well. There are a couple men wrestling in a hot tub at the moment, or they are doing a little bit of a headstand. It was, if I'm not wrong, we have got see Wednesday night 2 days as well, says Brendan. Also a team at my school goes for Springboks, and they had lost last night as well, says Max. Yeah, it will not be a happy day for a lot of Springbok supporters at this stage. 1,196 people yesterday as well, says Brandon. Yeah, it was absolutely insane, their support. And I have to say, it's kind of in this situation, I don't mind this slightly quieter live stream because of the fact that my voice is struggling at the moment. Ramos is going to be in charge of this one for this match. And at this stage, the game is being played out. I have to look at that Stade Ernest Wallon Stadium, if I'm not wrong, Jake. So that is the home ground of Toulouse. And you could really see the hostile environment that Toulon was making themselves go into for this match. For this one now, going to be kicked off and taken very nicely inside of the 22 by Toulouse. Hopefully, I will be able to get our scoreboard up and it will be updating itself. There we go. We are good to go here. I'm not sure about this background at the moment. It's just a random kind of leaf looking setup, but we will go to the stadium. There we go. We're at a stadium now. And at this stage now, inside of the 22, and Toulouse going to be kicking this one for the touchline, clearing the lines early. I mean, a teacher as well, says Max. So yeah, he will not be a happy man for at school, that is for sure. So be sure you're on your best behaviour in that regard, or else you might not be too happy about the Springboks there as well. We have got Quay Cooper, was something else. I respect him as a kicker as much as I do Marcus Smith. Glorious Aussie victory as well, says Sebastian. And yeah, it just builds more hype for that match that's taking place next week. I've realised how bad my voice sounds at the moment. I hadn't actually talked for the last about 7 hours, and I think that's what's really stuffed it a little bit. So hopefully it will last throughout this one, but it's going to be claimed there by Toulouse now into Mac. Passes it across. Good bit of run there, or good bit of a run, I should say. Now it's going to be Dupont, fires it back. And do let me know, Arnold now running up the middle. Richie Arnold is starting this one, but he has dropped that ball and it has been knocked on. So now it will be a scrum to Toulon. Now the odds in New Zealand on the TAB for this match, I wanted to have a wee look and see what they were sitting at. And Toulon to win this game is paying $8.60 to the $1 and about 6 of Toulouse. So that just shows you how much of a favourite Toulouse are at home here. But Richie Arnold, the Wallaby, or the ex-Wallaby, I think I should say, he is a very talented player, although he did drop that ball, unfortunately, there. We have what's got there. What time do you want? Do you be here on Wednesday? Wednesday? Oh, I just bit my tongue. On Wednesday, I think it is going to be at night time, if I'm not wrong. Now we have got morning Hamish from Johnny Blaze. Welcome in to the live stream, mate. It is still night time, I guess, in some regards for myself. I haven't actually gone to sleep yet at this stage, so it's going to be interesting to see how this live stream goes. Hopefully the brain and the voice keep on going, but I decided to stay up through the night, which I'm not sure whether or not that was a smart idea, but at this stage, I'm hyped up for this game. I haven't been able to watch too many of the top 14 games so far. I believe I've watched about maybe 3 or 4, but now it's going to be in the hands of Carbonell. Offloads it to a Cordon. Who is it going sideways? Toulon at the moment trying to get it the first attacking chance of the match for themselves on the halfway line at the moment. Carbonell once again passing him out now into the hands of Gigashvili, who is a Georgian international player. It's gone backwards there. And at that situation, little chip in behind. Beautiful bit of skill here from Carbonell. Offloads it backwards. And wow, he's going to be going for it. They've got the numbers. He just has to hold it. He's put it down. And it's a knock on, but almost a beautiful chance there for Toulon to score the first try of this match. We've got 3 screens on currently. The Kiwi lads, Sky Sport 1 and the IndyCars as well, says Jake. So you are well and truly set. That's for sure, mate. And we have got there, he said, wait for the best teams to face us. And they lost last night as well, says Max. And also we have got, hey, Sebastian, mate, what a game indeed brings more excitement to World Rugby. Famous victory as well, says Johnny Blaze. And tell you what, Quay Cooper, there was always that kind of situation of a few years ago, no one was really respecting him too much. But now everyone is calling him a hero. I'm going to have to work out how to get this to keep on updating. I think it is updating a little bit. It's up to 3 minutes if I'm not wrong. But it doesn't seem to be moving, which makes me slightly concerned in that regard. What if I click on that part? Does that start flashing? I'm going to have to try and update that scoreboard a little bit. Is it going to behave itself? It looks like it will. It's going up and down, which is good news here. So we are 3 minutes through this game, and at this stage, it is going to be a 5-meter scrum here for Toulouse, 5 metres out from their line. And we have got there in there. Good morning, brother Johnny. Call this a more chill, relaxing live stream. We deserve one after two mental rugby championship games. Yeah, I am well and truly enjoying the slower pace, definitely because it is so early in the morning. Also, late in the morning, it's going to be Toulouse there, knock on. Couple loose balls early on in this match, by the looks of it. It was Midrad, I believe, who was trying to take that one down the wing. We have Scott Barragrin in the chat. I said, hey, Kiwi lads, how are you this morning? I'm doing well, mate. I'm a little bit on the tired side, but I'm also feeling slightly awake at the same time, which is just a weird feeling because the fact I haven't gone to bed yet. I woke up early yesterday to get some editing and whatnot done, and then I've pretty much stayed up right through. So I think we've been probably up for about 16 hours at this stage, but we are still going, and we are still absolutely loving it on the channel. We have got there. Yeah, I wasn't really here for the stream. I was at Rugby Itches because the numbers on Kiwi Lads were huge. 2K view as well. I had to get away from all the craziness, and I feel bad because I always try and read every single message, but I wasn't quite able to. That's a nice little offload once again, and Toulon going to be only 10 metres out, really trying to cause an early upset, and it's going to be an advantage now to Toulon. And like I mentioned, they are $8.60 underdogs. Is this going to be a massive upset in this one? Big run once again from the forwards. Going to be Dunglu now. Passing it crossways. Carver now. Beautiful inside ball. Still 5 metres out here for Toulon. Going to be putting the phases together. Passing it to the winger now, which is Wainakwalo. Offloading now once again, and Toulouse straight on the ball there. Passing it back now. Linking up, almost thinking about the cross kick, but instead now Carbonell, they have been able to drop that ball, and now it's going back for the penalty. Did Springboks get a losing bonus point? They finished within the 7. They did indeed. So they are sitting on 10 points now. So that means that they are going to be 5 points behind the All Blacks at this stage, but it is all going to come down to those final games as well, I believe. And we have got, is this round 1 of the top 14, or is this preseason? It is round 2. At this stage, I missed the whole first round because of the fact that that game between La Rochelle and Toulouse that we were going to cover last week was going to be that first match. But yeah, unfortunately, just it didn't quite get up for that one because of my alarm going off at the wrong time. We have also got there in the chat, I feel you, mate. I switched for a couple of minutes to Rugby Itch as well for a breather as well, says Sebastian. Now, I was actually talking to him after the live stream because I did record our kind of video where we try and predict the starting lineup for the All Blacks. We've done it very early this week. So it is going to be in that situation of coming out on Wednesday this week as well. And we have got, how do you feel about us facing Italy and Ireland, etc.? I'm excited for the Irish game more than the Italian game. And that's nothing against Italy. It is just the fact that I think that game's going to be a little bit closer in that regard. I can see the All Blacks kind of dominating Italy like they have up against the likes of a Tonga or a Fiji. But I don't think they'll be able to dominate the Irish because they have got some very strong forwards. That's going to be 3-0 now. They were able to kick that one straight out in front. Carbonell gets that one over, and now the score 3-0 after 7 minutes. We have Scott. Good morning, mate. May you all have a blessed week as well, says Roy, right back at you, mate. It is good to see you guys all in the early morning stages of New Zealand, and also it is a late night almost in South Africa, if I'm not wrong. We have Scott there. You're so dedicated, man. As well from Rowan. Thank you very much, mate. We have been up all night at this stage, even though the last match that we were doing finished at about 12, and we did it about a 40-minute or so. It was a 40-minute review. Then from there, we went into the situation forearm almost going into the face there. And it's going to be the blow of the whistle, and it's going to be maybe a yellow card here to one of the Toulon players for leading with the forearm. So they will be going upstairs. But pretty much, yeah, we went from doing that post-match review, then I filmed my kind of lineup prediction video. So that went until maybe around 2 o'clock or so. And then from there, did a little bit more editing, cooked up a bit of a meal. And now we have worked our way right through to 7 a.m. here in New Zealand. But we are still going indeed. We have got much love, says Karoy as well, says Johnny Blaze. And also, welcome, brother, indeed. Box sitting on 10 points and a huge pile of a shame as well, says very good. Let's go. Do you think losing bonus points help them as well? Oh, okay. Oh, that's going to be a red card. That's going to be a red card to the number 2, which in this one is Mike Soseni Figai. And I'm not completely complaining because his name is hard to say, so it will be Etriadu will be replacing him if that is a red card. But that is not ideal here for Toulon. Definitely not when they were already $8.60 underdogs. But because of the new rules, but I'm not sure whether or not they have the red card rule over here where it would be 20-minute red cards rather than the full 80. I think they do have red card rules. Wainakwalo in my school, old boy, on debut today as well, says Anoki. So that is pretty awesome that you are going to get to see him play. He's already had a touch of the ball a little bit earlier on in this match in Wales, USA, and France as well, says Max. Yeah, heading into November, there are so many games of rugby, and one day that really stands out to me is the day when we get to see England play the Springboks. Straight after that game, Wales versus Australia, and then straight after that game, France versus New Zealand. 3 back-to-back, just absolute awesome fixtures, but they are just looking here at this one of Mike. He did lead with the elbow to the throat of the number 13, Toulon. So that is going to be more than likely at least a yellow, maybe even the red card for him. There we have got the I should be going to work, but man, I'm tired. I'll stay home instead as well, says Johnny Blaze. And also, question, no GTA update this week. There will be a GTA update on Thursday. Will be when that one comes out. Oh, okay. They're saying that the initial contact was actually on the chest and then it rode up. So this might just be a yellow card here. And he might well and truly save himself from getting the red card. We have got Wanakolo, brother, send us some rugby shirts, bro, as well, says Johnny Blaze. But at this stage now, what are they going to be deciding here? It is in French, so I struggled to translate, but there is a man in my ears who is going to do that job for me. Or is he? It is going to be a yellow card here for Mike Soseni Fuegay. So because of that now, it does mean he is going to be off the field for 10 minutes for Toulon and Toulouse. At this stage, will they take on the 3 points or do they kick for the corner? That's a big question here. I know I'm watching the game. Was it a brutal high tackle as well? I'm not watching the game, says Sebastian. Unfortunately, in that situation for him, he did get the ball, but then he led with the elbow into the contact. So he pretty much hit the guy in the neck with his arm. And because of that, they said that it rode up. So because of that, it is only the yellow rather than the red. But he actually had the ball in hand, which does make it always a bit brutal in that regard. But now they are going to have an opportunity here to lose. They are going to be only around 10 meters out at this stage. And it will be Julian Marchand. I haven't quite got that French accent going at this stage, but he is going to be the man throwing it into Richie Arnold. And it is now set. It's going to be in the hands of their number 8, Talafua, right at the back here. Just going to continue driving forward. They're close to the touchline. He breaks off. And it's the try to Talafua. And he has been able to score that try. That is very good news for Toulouse. Very good news for that man in the number 8 jersey. And Talafua able to score it there. And we have got, is the rule that you got 1 minute to kick it over when you get a penalty. Or good to go as well, or go for goal. Yes, there is indeed. And we actually saw in the game yesterday that they did run out of time, and it was an important kick in the game between, I believe it was Pepignan and also Biarritz, I think were the other team playing in that game. And the guy actually did take too long, unfortunately for him, but that one is going to be the try there for Talafua, and it just looked like he was going as soon as he got the opportunity. That is for sure. We have got there. And the game, my French teacher back in high school was so sexy. She had all us boys hypnotized every time she spoke as well, says Johnny Blaze. And also, and there we go, try for Toulouse, says Sebastian, and that will give them a nice early lead in this match. Thomas Ramos now going to be the man who will be kicking this one at the post. Still another 8 minutes left of that card as well. But yeah, you have got 60 seconds to take a penalty or a kick at the post, I should say, or else you do end up in that situation of it getting yourself penalised. He's at the post. So that is going to be missed. So to stay at the score of 5-3. You'll see Jerome Kano in the back there. It is good to see all these Kiwi faces because I am lost when it comes to the French players. I'll be honest. I don't know these sides as well as I would like to, but that is one thing that I absolutely love about doing these live streams. We kind of get to learn them together because the Curry Cup right at the start, I had no idea about any of those South African players, but now I know quite a few of them, which is an awesome feeling indeed. But it's going to be kicked off there, and it's going to be taken very nicely there for Toulouse now. Taken down just outside of the 22. It's going to be Dupont, gives it back to Intermac now, firing the wide ball, kicking it for the touchline now to Toulouse, and this one is going to be a good kick downfield, and it will be now Intermac, who was the man who was able to do so. He's asking the question there, saying that, oh, actually, it's going to be taken back. I think the call is it's been taken back in this situation. Or is it? What's the call here? What are we saying in this one at this stage? So it is going to be pass back by Madrad, and then from there into Mac. What happened there? That's going to be a line out to Toulon, only about 10 meters out from the line. So I believe because the fact it was taken back into that 22 does mean that from where you are in that situation, it does mean that that is going to be it. And it's actually going to be the number 1. It's going to be Gagashvili from Georgia going to be taken in this line out throw. So hopefully he can throw it straight here. And it will give Toulon a very good opportunity. Indeed, he is just saying that maybe they're closing the gap. But Gagashvili, can he get this one straight down the middle? Where are they going to? He hasn't quite got it in, unfortunately, for him to lose. Is it going to get that ball? Maybe they should have looked for the option although I believe it's only in a scrum that you are allowed to substitute. And that one, having defeated La Rochelle, I honestly think that Toulouse in for back-to-back top 14 championships, as well as Sebastian, and they are a strong side to lose, I should say. Looking at a few of the little, I made up a table. There we go. And at this stage, unfortunately, when you look through, this is the team that Nani Lamape plays for. This is the team that Kerr Barlow and also all of the other Kiwis play for as well. So we aren't going too well in terms of the Kiwis. Straight at the top, though, Racing 92. It's where Kurtley Beale plays for most of his rugby. I believe Lema Sapawanga is scattered somewhere in the middle as well for this competition, but there is a big table indeed. And at this stage, Toulouse, if they can win this game, they will push themselves up. If they get a bonus point, they will go right up to first place in this competition. We have Scott, did you see in the Springboks versus Argentina game? Quade Cooper took a 1 minute 35 to kick it. It was over the time, and he said he went to go for the goal. It was 80 and 35, then kicked it over when it was 82 and 2 seconds. So I guess they don't have that rule in the Rugby Championship. I know that they've got the 20-minute red card, which is a rule that I'm not too sure whether or not is taking place in this competition, but I know it's in the Bunnings NPC, which is returning next week. That's going to be a forward pass there. Debatably forward. I think it was forward, but it's going to be a penalty anyway. It will be Toulon who hasn't been able to get that. It's already 12 minutes down in this match. This one's flying by. Craig Cooper was just superb. Pretty much single-handedly served the world champion as well. Yeah, Quade was on fire. And like I mentioned, people saw that interview earlier on in the week, and they were very impressed with the way that he was kind of presenting himself, Craig Cooper. Everyone was saying he seems like a changed man, and he is definitely one of the most popular men in Australia at the moment. Is he going to get citizenship? We will have to wait and see. But he has well and truly tried to work his way towards it by getting them the win over the mighty Springboks, who they have to play next week as well. Morning, Hamish, says David Dava. Welcome in to the live stream, mate. It is great to see you on this one, and hope you are doing well. My voice is slowly starting to warm up at the moment, which is good news because of the fact that, unfortunately, it almost tried to completely disappear. But yeah, we will have to wait and see whether or not it will stick around for this whole one, but we haven't got to sleep yet. We are still in the kind of, I guess you could say we're in that situation. He's tried to go long again there, the prop, but unfortunately just not quite able to get it right with 4 minutes left of the yellow card. Into Mac now, finding the space in behind. Can he get a 40-22? No. Going to be claimed there by, it will be caught on. And at the number 15, Jersey, and now has gone into touch. That penalty should not have been allowed as well, says Barrageen. Although if they don't have that rule in the Rugby Championship, then it, I guess, is still fair play because of the fact that they don't have the 60-second timer. So perhaps they may decide that that is something to look at in the future if they feel that the time is being wasted too much in that situation. But yeah, because of the fact we don't have that rule in the Rugby Championship, whereas they do have it in the top 14, and at the moment they are just showing that Toulon, their injury list is huge. Tolafua, also Deval, Rion, Roux, Ribage, Olivon, Serron, Villeri, Dredi, Luke, and Salis. Hopefully I pronounced at least 2 of those names correctly for the French side we have got there. Quade Cooper sounds like he's really matured. His post-game interview was a super humble and didn't show any emotion as well. And everyone was just saying he was stone cold throughout that whole match. He didn't seem to feel any of the nerves. He was just cool, calm, and collected the whole time, Quade Cooper, which was pretty awesome to see. He really stepped up as if he was a veteran in this game, and I think he has earned a lot of people's respect for that game as well. Nearly at 6K, brother. How good as well, says Johnny Blaze. Yeah, the support on the last couple live streams for the Rugby Championship were absolutely just crazy the way that it was going. Like in that game, we set a record for our Pumas versus All Blacks game, and then we bet that record only about an hour later when we were doing the South Africa versus Australia game. It was absolutely insane the way that you guys were showing the love for those live streams, and my voice is feeling it because I was trying to read every single message in the chat at the same time. Now it's going to be on the halfway line. Dupont gives it to Intermac now, linking up nicely with a quick hands here, and it's going to be out on the wing. Could be Noah Kolo trying to make the tackle. No, not quite. It's going to be a penalty now back for Toulouse. I believe it was for a player possibly being a little bit offside. And does Toulon have a red card? Only a yellow at this stage. 3 more minutes until they will be getting back to the 15-minute out on the field. It was close to a red, but he was able to only get away with just that yellow. There we have. It's got there. Morning, brother. Oh, what a night this was. Still recovering as well, says David. David, tell you what, it was crazy indeed. And my brain is still not able to comprehend the amount of people we have watching at once. Like between those 2 live streams, our peak live streams, like views for those 2, if you add them together, that's pretty much the population of the town that I live in, which is just absolutely awesome. As you can see, we are currently sitting 7:25 a.m. It is actually light outside here in New Zealand. I haven't gone to sleep yet, but I will be going to sleep straight after this game and probably sleeping till it is dark tomorrow, unfortunately. But I absolutely love this stuff as well. I'm so tired from last night. I've decided not to go to work as well, says Johnny Blaze. So yeah, it's got the day off. So that will be very nice indeed. And something you will enjoy, Johnny Blaze, is the fact that I have been working on the Be a Pro side of my rugby challenge. I am going to be starting up that competition or starting up that game mode. He's actually missed that one. And at this stage now, Thomas Ramos has missed 2 from 2 in this match so far for Toulouse. So that is a possible 5 points that he hasn't quite been able to get in this one so far. And Toulouse to win as well, says Achilles. And at this stage, they were heavily the favourites going into this match. So they will be hoping to really pour on the pressure in the early stages of the second half, possibly, and also at the late stages of the first. We are currently only 15 minutes through this game, although this one does say 11. But if I do this, boom, there we go. We're up to 16. Now it's going to be Talafua, the try scorer. Great low tackle on him, but great offload as well. Now it's going to be Ramos on the outside. Gives it now almost into the hands of Medrad. And he has had a little juggle, but they have still got this one. Dupont now passes it across field. Cyril Bali offloads it to Marchand, who is driving towards the 22-25 meters out. Dupont now offloads it once again. Going to be going back into the hands of Medrad. Now Cyril Bali trying to find his way around. Talafua playing well in this one at the moment, and he has found the offload as well. They've got the advantage for offside here to lose. Dupont receives that ball again. He's right next to the breakdown there, number 11. It's a bounce pass out into the hands of Lebel, and they are going to be going back for that knock-on advantage. We have got there in the chat to lose the win. And also welcome in, brother. Hope you're well, says Sebastian. Yeah, it is currently sitting at around, it must be 9:30 almost there in South Africa. So a nice time to watch a bit of the top 14. I want to cover as much of this competition as I can alongside the United Rugby Championship, the Gallagher Premiership. Also, I will be covering the Bunnings NPC when it starts back up. But what I was mentioning to you, Johnny Blaze, is the fact that I have been creating the Bunnings NPC sides. And it's pretty tough because a lot of these sides only have a few of the players who are actually in those sides. So I've had to do quite a bit of searching for players on the fan hub and all sorts. But I'm excited for when that one does get underway. I want to become the All Blacks number 9, Aaron Smith, Perinata, everyone like that stepping aside, because I am going to be coming through for that All Blacks jersey. We have got Toulouse are a man down, yellow card as well, although it is Toulon that are a man down in this one at this stage. And although he will be back out on the field in a very short moment, once this kick from Thomas Ramos, currently sitting 0 from 2, he will be wanting to put this one over. Just give that man a little bit of confidence early on in this match due to the fact that he has missed the first 2. The last thing he wants, though, is for the timer to run out. He's got 10 seconds to take this kick. Straight out in front. And he has got that one. So now the score is going to be 8 points to Toulouse, 3 to Toulon. And now Toulon going to be back to 15 men. But they'll have to make sure that they are not leading with any more of those elbows. Toulon, my mistake. Sorry, says Sebastian. No worries, mate. And also we have got mate must be up at 4:30 a.m. tomorrow. I assume that it's 4:30 a.m. tomorrow morning for work. So I won't be here a whole game. I'm tired as well, says Achilles. No worries, mate. Yeah, it is going to be an interesting situation. By the time I end up going to bed, I would have been up for quite a wee while. But I'm not actually feeling that tired at the moment. And I think it's from slightly, is it possible to get adrenaline from a live stream? Because I feel like I had it throughout this match. I kind of had that situation. Normally, oh, that's terribly taken by the number 8. Did he even get a hand on it there? It would have been Peresi. But if he did have a shocker indeed. Did he touch it with the fingertips? Or did he just end up not even touching it? Oh, it was close to the finger. Oh, I think it just brushed the finger. So I think that's going to be actually Toulouse who will have this line out here. We have got, I think you are the only one that's streaming the game, Kiwi lads, as well, says Barry Green. And I guess it's one of those ones as well that all of the competitions around the world, I want to learn as much as I can. I've only started following rugby in the past kind of year and a bit. And I want to just learn everything there is to learn about it in terms of all of the players around the world. Want to improve on the commentary and want to make sure that I can provide the best possible live streams for you guys who are in the chat. We have got love your dedication. You're a man on a mission, and I'm inspired by you as well, says that Johnny Blaze. And I mean, you have been here since the start, mate, which is absolutely awesome. And I think we've come a long way in that time since starting on this channel. But Dupont now going to be taking the quick tap for the penalty now for Toulouse. Going to be passing it off. Well taken there from, I believe it was Sirubai, finding the hands free. And now once again going to be driving forward. It is going to be Placines. Got the ball in, and Dupont passing it back across field. Flamand getting the carry as well. Hopefully I'm pronouncing these names not too badly. And we have got the as called Too Tired to Sleep as well, says David David. Yeah, I feel like it will be that situation for me. Dupont hitting the line. very hard. We have got Isaac Williams as well. Is at the JZ morning, Amish. Welcome into the live stream, and it is good to see you. For this early morning live stream, haven't actually gone to sleep yet. We stayed up all night, and at this stage now, after this game, it's going to be about 9 a.m. that we are going to be going to bed. But now it's going to be once again now, Tafili has fumbled that one, and now it's going to be in the hands of Dunglo, just trying to get out of the 22 a little bit further towards the opportunity of kicking this one. Who is going to be taking it? It's going to be now kicked downfield by Carbonell, and we have got there, Hamish. You are new to rugby. I am indeed. I only really started getting back into it at around maybe Super Rugby Aotearoa 2020 was the first time that I really started getting back into the rugby. Before that, the last time was probably when I was I'd say almost primary school level. I haven't really been watching rugby for like a really long period of time in between. So it's one of those ones that, yeah, it's weird. It's weird to think that kind of in such a short time we've had to learn so much, but hopefully I've been passing it over as if I know a little bit of information about it. Just checked in, you're the only YouTuber streaming the game as well, not even French streamers getting involved in this one. That's kind of weird, the fact that none of the French guys do it, although I'm not actually sure who any of the French guys are. Knock on there from it was the man in number 6 jersey, Francois Cous, who wasn't quite able to take that one there for Toulouse. So there's been quite a few handling errors early on in this match so far. We haven't got there in the chat. Good morning, hope you're well as well, says Sebastian. And also, hey, Achilles, surprised to see you as well, says Barry Green. But at this stage, 21 minutes through this game, 8 points to Toulouse, 3 to Toulon. Now going into this match, Toulon were almost paying $10 to win this game, which is just huge underdog odds. And just to put that into perspective, the Wallabies were paying $4 here in New Zealand. So that is double the likeliness of them being able to lose this game to Toulon on this one. And we have got the uniquely missed box versus Australia. Surprised you made this one, Achilles, as well, says Better Green. And also we have got, well, Hamish, you learn a lot in such a short time. I want to get involved in American football. Again, I haven't watched a match since I was like probably 10 years old or something as well. And that is actually, we've got our Kiwi Lad Sport channel, and I'm kind of keen to try and get that up and running. We have Isaac in the chat, or we had him in the chat just before. Me and him, we're thinking about maybe trying to add a little bit of Formula One. I know nothing about it, but he is quite an individual who has quite a bit of knowledge in that regard, that we would like to kind of just look at more sports as we go. It looks like Talafua there. Looked like he may have been supporting a little bit of an injury, but it's going to be in the hands of the number 1. No, sorry, it's the number 7, Cornell Dupree. And this one, little bit of a counter-ruck here from Julian Marchand, just trying to make a nuisance of himself. And that breakdown, the ball is going to be available now for Dunglu, and he is going to be kicking this one high. We have got the Barry, I'm full of surprises as well. Says Achilles, it's gone high. It's taken beautifully there, and he's almost into touch, but it is going to be fired back on the inside. But now Toulon are going to have this ball once again, trying to use that back line. It is going to be Gagashvili, who is getting the carry here. Once again, going back Dunglu. Sort of across Carver now, looking for the 50-22, or is he? That went kind of nowhere with that kick. Not the best one indeed. We also got there, I recommend you Rugby League as well. Sorry, I can't stand the NFL as well, says Sebastian. And also, we have got Lower Achilles from Barry Green. And that's another one. The NRL is something like me and George played along with a game on our Kiwi Lads gaming channel. And you guys seem to really enjoy that content. So we are looking to do a little bit more of that as well. And we have got there Formula One. I'll be here, do Formula One. It's always difficult for me to watch Formula One. If you can stream Formula One, you'd be a legend. I'll be here as well, says Achilles. So yeah, that would be on our Kiwi Lads Sport channel that I think a lot of you guys are probably already subscribed to. But we are hoping to get a little bit more going on that channel in the near future, because I'm just on that YouTube grind, I guess you could say, at the moment. I'm very motivated. The way that we have been going, I want to keep on improving the content, and that's another drop ball there from Toulouse. They will be wanting to improve when it comes to the handling errors, but now Dupont down the wing, little chip in behind, a little grubber in behind, going to be sitting up nicely though. Into the hands of Wainekolo now, hitting it up at the line, and he step round as well. Wainekolo, is he going to be able to go all the way? He's got pace for days. He's on the 22, offloads it as well now. Into the hands of Dunglu. Oh, the ball is loose though, and now it's going to be an opportunity, setting up beautifully, and now it's going to be a try at the other end for Thomas Ramos. This is a harsh game, that is for sure. That was an absolutely beautiful play, beautiful run from Naimakaolo, but then it was turned over, and then from there Toulouse score almost a full field try. As Cheslin playing, he is actually, I heard them say before the game, the next time he is available for Toulon is actually going to be in December due to his international duty, but he is currently injured. But Wainekolo, what a run that was from him. But then unfortunately from there, look for the offload, found the hands of Dunglu, and then the ball just came a little bit free, and then from there it was Thomas Ramos running the full length of the field, and he was able to score it. And now Toulouse are only 1 try away from receiving that bonus point, or 2 tries away. It might be 4 tries in this competition to be able to get that bonus point we have got there. I kind of like the NFL, but rugby is the best sport ever as well, says Achilles, and also the try for Toulouse in the chat from Sebastian. But at this stage now, it will be Thomas Ramos just trying to catch his breath. He had a big run there. He has slashed over. He's got 35 seconds left to be able to take this one, so no rush at all from here. It's going to be straight out in front as well for that man. My voice hopefully will last throughout this whole match, but I am loving it at the moment. I really enjoy watching the different styles of play from around the world. And it's just one of those ones that, like, I'm going to be covering the French competition, the English competition, the South African and Northern Hemisphere, like the likes of Ireland, everyone for the United Rugby Championship, New Zealand competition in the Bunnings NPC, the Sevens, we are going to be following as well. He has struck that one down the middle, and now the score is going to be 15 points for it will be Toulouse and Toulon are going to be still sitting on the 3, but that is just a great run from Wainukwalo. But then, like I mentioned, he did offload it into the hands of Dunglu, and then from there, did end up trying to offload it back, and then it was Ramos just pouncing on that ball, sitting up beautifully for him. Carbonell with a good chase, but wasn't quite able to get there. Not interested in this game here to just chat with you guys, as I said, Barry Green. And that's one thing I also kind of love about these live streams is the fact that sometimes it doesn't even matter what game's going on next to us. We can all just have a chat in the comment section and also in the chat for this one. That kick is not going to be finding the touchline here for Toulouse, and now it's going to be taken now for Cordan. Going to be kicking it in behind, looking for the little chip and chase, and it's going to be taken nicely tackled in the air there. So it is going to be the penalty for Antoine Dupont, who will not take this one quickly. And to you, Achilles, enjoy your presence. Always make a person laugh sometimes as well, says Barry Green. And we have got Crazy and said with the dabbing emoji. And also Katie Dixon has said, hey, yo, Kenyan do. I can't believe I fell asleep 5 minutes before the South African and Australian game as well. I'm sobbing as well, says Katie Dixon. Tell you what, it was a brilliant game of rugby. Very close indeed. And yeah, could have gone either way right to the final whistle. I'm not sure whether or not you know the results, so I don't want to spoil it in that regard, but I assume maybe you do at this stage. But yeah, it was interesting. Some of us were actually, or the people in the chat, a couple of them did say what happened to Katie. I believe it was, all of the names are flowing through my head in that regard. I can't think of the name. I can see the profile picture. It's the one with the dreads. Obi Snake, that is the one who did end up asking where you were for that live stream. But yeah, we are in this situation. I have not slept yet for this guy. Okay, she has got there. I'm happy for Australia, so you must see the result there. And yeah, Quade Cooper, 8 from 8 kicks. Very good indeed. Now it's going to be in the hands of Antoine Dupont. Going to be tackled by his opposite number, Dunglu. No, he's broken through. Antoine Dupont still going, trying to break all of the tackles. It's almost going to get suplexed there by, it was the man on the number 5 jersey. Not even going to attempt to say his name because it is a very tough one indeed. But now Toulouse kicking this ball back downfield, I should say. Taken by Carbonell, firing it back across field to a Cordon in the number 15 jersey. Got the man on the outside if he decides to use him. Goes for the grubber once again, chasing this one nicely. Has done the two-hander push them. Maybe they would go back to have a look at this one. See whether or not it would be a fair one. That's a knock-on as well from Toulon, and neither of those ones have been called by the referee. So it's going to be interesting to see if this one does become a try. But Gigashvili, the man who plays for Georgia a little bit at international level, very good, good talented player. A lot of Georgian forwards are in this competition, that is for sure. Little kick in behind once again. It's going to be going in behind. Who's going to be able to take it? It's going to be taken back there, and it will be a 5-meter scrum for Toulon. Here we have. It's got there in the chat. What is going quick at the moment. I do appreciate every single one of you for being here for this live stream. We have got, well, you guys are awesome to watch. Other sports, I'm super boring. All I do is rugby. I do like watching female beach volleyball though as well. And scrumlets, you were well missed last night as well. And we have got there in the chat from Achilles. I'm trying to choose NFL team. I always like Titans, but don't know if they're still good. I'm going to choose between Titans, Giants, Bulls, Eagles, Vikings, Panthers, or Jaguars as well. That's a hard choice because even like in the New Zealand provincial competition, I want to choose a team to follow, but I can't pick my favourite. I've got Wellington, I've got Tasman, Auckland, everyone in between, Canterbury, Otago, Hawke's Bay. Love watching them all play. Although I do have a Waikato kit, thanks to yours truly in the chat, Johnny Blaze. So I have worn that, and Waikato won that game when I was wearing it. I wasn't actually doing a live stream for that game, though. I was on the other game, but I had it on, and they were able to get themselves that win. And we have got there in the chat. I'm actually crying. I was so upset I missed it, but I'm so happy for the Wallabies as well, says Katie Dixon. And also, top 14 operates on 3 or more tries scored compared to your opponent, just to clear the doubt as well. So that is a very a good bit of information, that is for sure. But 5 minutes out now, it is going to be Toulon who have got the scrum feed, currently sitting 12 points behind after 30 minutes. What can they do from here? Obi Snake plus like 100 other dudes as well, says that Johnny Blaze. And also we have got there in the chat, I got hit with the booze woosies, man, as well, says Katie Dixon. And also cool Achilles, says Barry Green. And also we have got there ours a mental stream last 2K viewers and 1K likes. Yeah, I don't think we're going to beat that anytime soon, that is for sure. But now it is going to be once again the opportunity for Toulon. It's an interception. And now once again it's going to be a foot race. And Toulouse, he's just looking a little bit too quick. And it is now going to be the try, is it? Yes, he is going to make it. And it's the try for Zach Holmes in the number 8. Or it's not the number 8 jersey, the number 12 jersey. Once again, they are punished for Toulon for the intercept pass. They're playing like the Wallabies a couple weeks ago in terms of the amount of interceptions that are coming. But maybe, the Wallabies got the win. So we will have to wait and see. The mighty Bay of Plenty as well, says David Taylor. Of course, cannot forget them. They are definitely side to watch out for in the competition as well. And I just want to cover all of those Bunnings NPC games. I know it is it's Canterbury versus Waikato on Friday night next week. So that's going to be an awesome game as well. And we have got Drew Hamish, just hard to choose from. Kelly's, and also I can't believe I missed. I'm really trying hard not to be incredibly angry with myself as well, says Katie Dixon. Although it was a very much so middle of the night game, I believe, over there, if I'm not wrong. It would have been at about 4 a.m. or 6 a.m. maybe. So it is one of those ones. It is a tough time to be able to watch those ones. But yeah, we did have a lot of people watching that one, which is absolutely incredible. And we have got, sorry, bro, so sorry. I still haven't seen the shirts. I have them hung up in my room. I'm looking at them right now as well. I will send them, I promise, as well, says Johnny Plays. It is no rush at all, mate. I think with the way that the kind of courier system is going at the moment, it might be a little bit delayed. But yeah, at this stage, I love wearing that Waikato kit. So, Johnny Blaze, what are you thinking? Do you think I should wear the Waikato kit for the game between Canterbury and Waikato? That's a terrible kick, unfortunately, for him going way out to the left-hand side there, but it is another try for Toulouse from that runaway, pretty much going 85 meters at least to be able to get that try. But do you think I should wear the Waikato one for the game against Canterbury, even though I'm from Canterbury? Might end up causing a few bits of controversy, but we'll wait and see how it goes. And we have got Polo messed it up a bit, and a little bit from Willemse as well. Willemse got the kick. It would have been a draw, or Springboks good of a defending maul and get that ball out as well, says Barry Green. Yeah, there were a few mistakes from the Springboks in this game, that is for sure. And unfortunately for them, it did lead to the loss, but they are a tough side, the Springboks, and they will come back next week, and they will probably, I think if there's ever a time that they will be able to get a bonus point up against the Wallabies, it would be next week. And I think it is because of the fact that they will come out firing as well. And we always got you are asking for a death sentence wearing Waikato versus Canterbury. You'll end up on a missing person on police 10-7s. Yeah, I don't know how it would go, although some people don't know I'm from Canterbury, so I might be able to sneak in that regard. We have got there lots of love to you all, fam, as well, says Achilles. And we have also got there, have a great one too, much love, brother, as well. So we will see you later, Achilles, but hopefully you do have a good day at work, that is for sure. And we have also got there, I will definitely be watching the live stream replay, and hopefully someone uploads the game here for 24 hours so I can watch it as well, says Katie Dixon. Yeah, hopefully we do get to see a replay on one of these channels. And at the stage now, it is going to be in the hands of Toulouse once again. Driving forward, it's going to be Dupont looking for the offload. Not quite able to find it to Midrad, or also could be known as Mutton Chops with the way that he has got the facial hair going. And we have got there. And look at you, Hamish, still staying awake. I must learn to master my exhaustion like you as well, says Katie Dixon. Yeah, I'm not sure how I'm going at this stage. We have been up since I think probably around lunchtime yesterday. So we're still going, but it's been an absolutely wild ride the last 24 hours, that is for sure, but I've been absolutely loving it. And this match, I'm actually enjoying this match. We've seen quite a few tries. At this stage, it says 15, but if I go like this, all of a sudden goes up to 20 as well. We've got there, I was just downing them way too quickly. 57th minute, it was lights out for me as well, says Sebastian. And also, we have got there, the chat as well. We have got thanks, Katie, makes much appreciations. All right, here I go. I'm going to take revenge on Australia in my sleep. This will play. See ya. As I says, Achilles, we will see you later on, mate. But now it's going to be another back line for Toulouse. Ourselves a dummy. Didn't pass the ball on the outside, though. But now it's opening up. Oh, and he's dropped the ball as well. That is not going to be ideal for LaBelle. Originally calling for the pass from a different man, but then he did end up getting it in the end and dropping it. Sadly, I'll be back. I'm going to have breakfast with the kids as well, says Johnny Glaze. No worries, mate. We are 5 minutes away from halftime, so we have still got plenty of this match left. But yeah, at this stage, very nice backline from Toulouse once again, but they need to get 3 tries or more ahead of their opponents, and they will be able to take first place if they are able to do so. We have a quick look at the table because I have got it all nicely printed out here. Right next to me here, Toulouse are sitting on 8 points. Or sorry, that's where they are sitting. They are sitting in 8th, but they are sitting on 4 points at the moment. If they get a bonus point win here, that will push them right up into a very good position to be able to get themselves a bonus point. But now it's going to be fired back once again. Or do you get 3 points for a win in the top 14? Because I think Racing 92 have scored a few tries recently, but maybe they haven't quite got that bonus point. Actually, no, I don't think they have. So that might be why we're in that situation of them not receiving it. We have got there in the chat. I think the fact that Quade Cooper won it was so fitting, especially since all the drama that's been going on with the rugby politics down under or down there. I mean, that's a Disney moment as well. Yeah, it's pretty awesome for Quade Cooper because of the fact that a lot of people, like, I guess they didn't really respect him as a player, I think is one way to put it. But he really kind of turned himself around in this one. And it is that fairy tale story of him being able to really do a 180. And now everyone loves him at this stage. And have a good breakfast, mate, as well. Says it was Katie Dixon. Also, it's your friendly demeanor, Hamish, that draws people in. It's also that chemistry you have with your mates, crack up as well, says David. And yeah, I want to get George involved and also Isaac and Daniel into more videos, which is why I guess the Kiwi Lads Gaming channel has also become that side project, because I absolutely love kind of editing the videos for that one, but also just getting to hang out with you guys in the chat as well as hanging out with them, because we don't actually get to play Xbox that often, but when we do live streams, it's kind of the opportunity to be able to play the game with each other and also have you guys there with us along the way. 4 points for the win and 2 points for the draw as well, says Sebastian, and then a 1 extra point for being 7 or less behind if you do lose the game, and also for 3 or more tries than your opponent when you think it's a draw, or when you think of it, a draw would have been better than a losing bonus point in the Springboks game. Do you agree, Kiwi Lads? It would have been better for the Springboks as they would have gotten the 2 points rather than just the 1, but they almost actually were able to get themselves a bonus point for getting 3 or more tries than their opponent. But it would have been an interesting situation if they were able to change it, because I know a lot of people are now saying the Rugby Championship is well and truly going in the favour of the All Blacks. But the big factor there is the fact that if the Springboks can beat the All Blacks twice, the Springboks will win that one as well, or win the Rugby Championship, I should say. At this stage now, they are saying that Toulon are still right in this match, but Toulouse have got something to say about it. Looks like Dupont now going to be rolling this ball back, passing it back into the hands of Intermac. Charge down, though. And now it's going to be the opportunity for Toulon to take it here, slap that ball right back, and it's going a mile backwards here. He's been able to take it very nicely there, Dunglu, and it's going to be a penalty to Toulon. We have got there in the chat. Yeah, George and I were talking about Cider, and then he disappeared, and then I disappeared. More George, more Isaac, more Daniel as well, says Katie Dixon. And yeah, as soon as we lose our lockdown here in New Zealand, we are going to be hopefully doing a lot more kind of co-commentary live streams as well. Maybe for the Bunnings NPC. I know that George, he's kind of one of those situations of, I don't know how much he enjoys the live commentary side of it in terms of actually having to do the commentary, but I think he enjoys being here talking to the chat side of it. So maybe we go for a little bit of a split type thing, how I do the commentary, he talks to the chat, or kind of reads out what the chat is saying as well at the same time kind of thing. We could go for a kind of dynamic duo type role. Going to be an advantage now for Toulon once again around the side now. Nice little offload from Dunglu. I'm learning quite a few players in this game. I haven't actually heard of too many of the players for Toulon, but now I'm starting to learn a couple more, and that is going to be in the hands of Obatoyinbo is the man out on that wing. And we also got the agreed. In a way, it's a good thing that the Bok lost. Now they have to bring the absolute A game against the All Blacks if they want to conquer the Rugby Championship as well, says Sebastian. And yeah, now that it's 5 points difference, they cannot afford to get in that situation of losing that next one. We have got there Soliasi, as said, what's Arjita Wanakwala doing? Unfortunately, hasn't quite been able to get himself a try in this match so far. He had an incredible run right up the middle of the field, but then unfortunately offloaded it to Dunglu, who then tried to offload it, and it was a full field try to Toulouse. But he's been looking dangerous every once in a while when he does get that ball in hand for Toulon. I'm hoping he will get himself a try, because we do have quite a few people who like to support him by the sounds of it. for Wainakwalo, of course, very popular player. Played in the game up against the All Blacks, scoring himself a try as well. Very talented indeed, but at this stage now, it's going to be Toulon who will have this ball, I believe. And it will be one more opportunity before we get to halftime. At this stage, 3 tries for Toulouse, only the 3 points for Toulon. And at this one, we haven't got that much damage has been done, at least. The losing bonus, less the blow and the damage disadvantage when if they lost, if you know what I mean. Yeah, the 1 extra point could be the difference in this competition. So it's one of those ones that every point is crucial in this situation. So you want to make sure that you are doing your best to be able to make the most of any opportunity you do get in this competition. We have got won't be a lopsided game. Won't be a lopsided game, that's for sure as well, says Katie Dixon. And hey, your brother, from Katie to David as well. There's going to be another scrum here for Toulon. Currently only 25 minutes left in this first half. 25 seconds left, I should say. This has flown by this half. I'm not sure whether or not it is because it is early morning or whether or not it is just the fact that anytime I'm talking to you guys in the chat with the kind of, it's interesting, I get a little bit more time to be able to read the longer messages, and I kind of love that aspect of being able to really have a chat with you guys on a personal level as well, because of the fact that we have a little bit more time to be able to go back and forth in that regard. But now it is going to be once again in the hands of Dunglo once again, passing it back, a little offload, interesting offload, but now it's going to be opening up the opportunity for Abatai Yinbo, who's a hard name to say. Now they might consider going out to Wainakwalo. Could be the first try scorer of the second half if he gets the opportunity here. But once again, now it's going to be in the hands of the big forwards of Toulon. Can they get themselves 1 try? If they can get a try now, they will not be out of this match. It's going to be now a beautiful run from Carmen now trying to step around the defense. The ball is rolled free. It's going to be kicked forward, and now into Mac. Passes it back to Dupont, looking like they're going for a opportunity. It's gone into touch. And now it will be halftime there as well. We have got their losing bonus point. Better than getting nothing out of the match as well, says Barry Green. Exactly right. And it does also mean that the points differential side of it won't be too bad in that regard, because they'll only go down another -2 for that one. And also top 14 debut on the channel as well, says Sebastian. It is indeed, although I believe we did cover the game for the Champions Cup between La Rochelle and also Toulouse, if I'm not wrong. I don't think we've done any other games, though, for the top 14, which is pretty awesome that this is going to be the first time. Also, Gallagher Premiership, we're going to be bringing a lot more of that onto that channel as well. Definitely next week is going to be the opportunity to be able to do that. But we will ask the question for anyone who is watching this game at the moment. If you are watching it live on the television or whatnot, who do you think is scoring the first try of this second half? Do let me know. But at this stage, they are just saying Toulon, they missed a couple of their opportunities. They ended up with that yellow card, and because of it, they are in this situation of it not quite being able to get it going as much as they would have liked. I think I just made up that whole sentence in that regard. I decided to just keep on going on about random moments that were happening in the game that I felt was what this man was saying, even though I can't understand a single word of what he just said to TAS Analysis. Rugby Analyst has made a video and picking the game last night. Rassi has opened a can of worms here, and I hope this stuff stops as turning rugby into soccer as well, and can show the rugby championship after those 2 games played. The table, I don't actually have it available for me in that regard of being able to show it, but I can tell you that at this stage, I can show you the table before the end of that round, and I will just tell you guys exactly kind of what has changed. That's not the right one. That is the right one. So pretty much here at this stage, the All Blacks, they are now sitting on 15 points with a points differential of +91. The Springboks, they are sitting on 10 points with a points differential of, it will be +37. And Australia will be sitting a little bit higher with a points differential of -50, but they are sitting on 4 points for that win over the mighty Springboks. Indeed, they are a very good side, the Springboks. So I'm excited to see what they can do when they do get the opportunity at this stage. Now, I'm going to ask the question, who do you guys think is going to be scoring the first try of that second half? If you are watching the game, do let me know. We haven't got, I knew he would. There's 3 other South Africa based rugby YouTubers I'm expecting to do the same as well, says Johnny Blaze. And yeah, at this stage, it is one of those ones, because of the fact that you are in that situation of a lot of these other guys aren't from kind of a, what can you say, an impartial view, because I know a lot of players, or not players, a lot of YouTubers would have been going for South Africa in this match, because I think other than, I haven't really seen too many Northern Hemisphere kind of guys covering the Rugby Championship so far. If I'm not wrong, it's 2 p.m. on Sunday afternoon, my friend, as well. That is from Katie in the chat. And at this stage also we have got there, I knew he would. And also we have got good mate, what's the time in New Mexico, says David. And also we have got there as well in the chat Sunday. So it's all NFL in America, that is for sure. And at this stage, we are sitting on a Monday, which is a day for a bit of work. If you guys are going to work, that is, in that regard. But at this stage, I'm excited. I want to see Waina Kuala score the first try of the second half, because he does look like he would be very decent indeed to be able to do so, but we will have to wait and see whether or not that will be the case. I'm just looking through the teams once again, trying to work out exactly who I think will be able to score themselves possibly a try. I mean, straight away, Tolafua was looking dangerous in that regard. But then I'd say Maxime Midrad maybe could be not too far off getting himself a try, or Martian could also be a very decent shout in that regard for the first try scorer of the second half. We have also got Paulo Tafili to score the first try in the second half. Some good action on that right wing as well, says Sebastian. So that is a decent shout indeed. And of course, he is the number... Wait a minute. Some good action on that right wing. As I said, Sebastian, I've looked at my team sheets, and Paulo Tafili is a number 3, if I'm not wrong. Maybe I've got the wrong name down in that regard, though, but it could be the case of him being a number 3. But do let me know if that is the fellow that you did mean in that situation, or whether it was someone else on that right wing. So I assume that could have been Wanakwala, or maybe Labelle could have been the player possibly in that regard. But nonetheless, I'm ready for the second half already. I'm excited for it. Hopefully it is going to be a good game. It is currently 9:55 p.m. on the Sunday in South Africa. Only work tomorrow for us as well, says Barry Green. And also in the chat, yeah, Sunday NFL. I feel like that's something as well that I would like to cover, or not maybe cover, but just learn a little bit more about. I want to watch as many sports as I can in that regard. And Barry, I love the South African national anthem more than my own New Zealand one. And tell you what, the game in Wales, like that Welsh national anthem, it can give you goosebumps when the crowd are singing it. Hopefully they can have a packed out stadium for that game as well, because that would be absolutely awesome in that regard if they were able to do so. But yeah, at this stage, we are just waiting to see whether or not there will be a try for the players of Toulon, because they haven't quite been able to get one yet. 3 tries going the way of Toulouse. They were scored by Thomas Ramos. Also, it was the man in the number 12 jersey, Zach Holmes. And then the other try was scored by the man in the number 8 jersey, Tolafua. And we have got there literally every sport in the USA except rugby. That's it, I'm moving as well, says KT Dixon. But at this stage, halftime in this game between the two sides flew by. We are already sitting at 8 a.m. here in New Zealand. I'm hoping it's going to be a good game in this second half. Hopefully we can get a decently high scoring one as well while we are at it. See, a few more tries would be absolutely fantastic. There were tons of beautiful women in the crowd last night. I scoped our heats as well, says Johnny Plays. Was it you who said in the chat that one of the cameramen were actually kind of zooming in on them as well? And the crowd, do let me know in that regard. But there was also one of the cameramen were very obsessed with zooming right in on Etzebeth's bicep. They went like right into it, about probably like just right, turning the camera up as far as it would go, straight into the bicep of Etzebeth. And it was in that situation they decided to go with as one of the angles we have got there. The South African one can make you emotional and give you a lot of motivation as well, says Barry Green as well for Johani. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. In that regard, we've actually got Counties Manukau versus North Harbour is a game that they are showing at the moment here on the TV at halftime for the Bunnings NPC. Like I mentioned, that competition, it is coming back, and I am extremely excited about it in that regard. I'm going to get the fixtures up for you guys, because some of you guys do follow a bit of the Bunnings NPC from New Zealand, of course, because normally they're on at random hours. Actually, to be fair, 7:05 p.m. on a Friday would be 9:05 a.m., I believe, if I'm not wrong. And we have got there, the cameramen love to zoom in on the ladies as well, says Katie Dixon. And what country national anthem is the best for you? Kelly, says Barry Green. And also we have got there in the chat, the cameraman zoomed into the females chest area and stayed there for a good 5 seconds as she walked past as well. And I'll be honest, Tafili and Colby are the only 2 players I know from Toulouse. Since Chislin is out of action, it wasn't too hard of a choice. As well, says Sebastian, decent shout there in that regard, because that's the thing. Looking through this Toulon lineup, I didn't know really anyone. I'd say when I looked at it the first time, I'd say I know Lewis Carbonell because of those games that he played up against the Wallabies. Gagashvili, I kind of roughly know because he plays for Georgia. And then if I had to pick one other player that I kind of knew, it was Wanakwala, who I did recognise in terms of the name, but I couldn't think of where I had seen him. But he did play up against New Zealand for Fiji and he was able to score himself a try as well. But other than that, didn't know any of these guys. I'm starting to learn Dunglu is the halfback. I feel like as soon as you know the halfback in the first five, you're pretty much set. And that is why I followed La Rochelle's games last year not too badly, because of the fact that I could just milk it pretty much, because of the fact that it was the situation of it was always going to be two Kiwis who were in that situation. But now going to the back. Oh, no, I was actually almost starting commentating on the North Harbour versus Counties Manukau game, which, of course, always entertaining in the Bunnings NPC. But pretty much for the Bunnings NPC competition, 7:05 p.m. on Friday, the 17th of September, is when Waikato are going to be playing Canterbury, and that's going to be in Waikato as well. I'm not sure whether or not they're allowed a crowd, though, unfortunately, for that one at FMG Stadium. Then on Saturday, 2:05 p.m. is going to be Taranaki taking on Wellington. Northland versus Tasman at 4:35, and then Hawke's Bay taking on Bay of Plenty at 2:05 on the Sunday. That's going to be a hard game to make. If I do those other games earlier on as well, we'll have to wait and see. I want to do Northland versus Tasman, but it might cut a little bit too close to the game that will be starting for the Wallabies taking on the Springboks once again. Second match of that series. It'll be an exciting one, that is for sure. But yeah, at this stage, my voice, it's going all right. It's not doing too badly. I feel like as soon as I soften the tone, it seems to go not too badly. But then I sound like I'm trying to put you to sleep, which is not ideal for a rugby commentary live stream. How long is lockdown happening in New Zealand? Auckland is obviously last to lift lockdown right as well. Yeah, at this stage, I believe Auckland are still in it for another couple weeks at least. And then everyone else, we are sitting at kind of you call it a 2.5 at the moment, because of the fact that it is level 2, but because of the fact that it's Delta, it does mean that they're kind of a little bit more restrictive in what you're allowed to do. So pretty much, I believe we're going to be continuing to be in level 2.5 for probably, I'd say, till midweek this week, and then they'll try and make another decision to see whether or not it's all right to drop down a little bit further. But because there are still cases in Auckland, I think they will hold off dropping us too low in the other regions. But Johnny Blaze, I will ask you the question. If that game is allowed a crowd, Waikato versus Canterbury, would you go to that game at FMG Stadium? Do let me know. Also, we have got Legion says the cameraman has applied for a job to work on the women's rugby sevens, as well as Sebastian. And also, we have got there at least Marks and Bongi did much as they could under these circumstances. Yeah, it's good for the Springboks that the fact that they were able to score 3 tries. But I would say the one thing that's probably not so great for the Springboks was the fact that the only tries scored in their match for them was from rolling mauls. And they probably would have liked to be able to score a try using that backline, giving it out to the likes of Nkosi, who only touched the ball about once, I think, in this match. And also, they had the option of Mapimpi out on the other wing. I would have quite liked to see maybe a cross kick or something thrown in there every once in a while, rather than just those big bombs, to see whether or not the Wallabies were going to be able to mark up with it. They are just showing highlights at the moment of the game between North Harbour and Counties Manukau. And now that I think about it, that was the game that I was going to stream on the channel, decided against it in the end. And it was probably a good thing, because there wasn't actually a try in that game up until about the 64th minute of that one. And I felt so bad for Malcolm Marks, mate. 2 beautiful maul tries. And how can you possibly enjoy that after losing the game? And I said before the match as well, when we were looking at the lineups, I was like, Malcolm Marks is scoring a try. And I said this statement's going to backfire possibly, but I'm pretty confident he is scoring a try in this match. And I was like, write it down, because he is going to be scoring. And then he did, Malcolm Marks, which I was pretty impressed with, because normally my predictions are terrible. I also said Bongi Umbanambi would score the first try of the match, but instead he did end up scoring the first try of the match for the Springboks, and Callaway got the first try of the actual match as well. Sebastian, I wouldn't mind applying for that job too, mate, as well. Says Johnny blazing in there. I probably wouldn't go. I don't really support the Waikato. I've got a story behind why as well. Says Johnny Blaze. Is that why I've ended up with that Waikato kit, perhaps? Maybe you decided wasn't worth having it. Is it because of the Chiefs side of it as well, or is it just the Waikato? Do let me know. Yeah, it's got there. Well, we need to get you a shirt that says Johnny Blaze across the chest, so we know it's you at the game as well. Says Katie Dixon. And Colby not playing was also impacted by them by Nkosi. Also just as good as well, says Barragan. Yeah, Nkosi's got plenty of pace, and we didn't really get to see him versus Marika Korombeti too often in this one, which was a shame, because that was going to be one that I was really looking forward to getting to see really just impact up against, or I guess you could say it was speed up against power in that regard, and it would have been pretty awesome to see those two go at it. We have that. Was just about to ask if my other large son, Malcolm Marks, scored any tries. He did indeed score 2 in the second half as well. And we have got there. I don't want any of the South African friends to get me wrong, but I thought the Box didn't step up like they usually do, says David. I think it was Little bit, unfortunately for them, tactics-wise, didn't seem to be quite there. They still went for that kicking game, but they gave the Wallabies 66% of the possession in that first half, which was why they really just couldn't get any go-forward going, the Springboks, because they just didn't have the ball enough. And then when they decided to try and change it in that second half, it was just a little bit too late to be able to kind of adapt to trying to get themselves back on the go forward without kicking that ball back up into the air just a little bit too often. But I think they will be better next week. And that is why I would be a little bit worried if I was the Wallabies, but they have got that momentum, you could say, heading into this match as well. We have got there. I'll be the one trying to sneak in some joint puffs somewhere in the crowd as well, says Johnny Blaze. And also, I mean, you could try and sneak in some food as well, because they are very expensive at Waikato by the sounds of it, if I'm not wrong. And we have got there in the chat, we have got two of them, bloody two. And I lost. Watch out for the Aussies as well, says Sebastian. Also, we have got there. See, this is why I am so furious with myself missing that game. I missed history as well, says Katie Dixon. And yeah, I mean, the amount of people we had watching that, I guess you could say it was historical for the channel as well. Our most liked live stream, our most viewers at a single time on a live stream, our most viewed live stream, all in one. And it was just absolutely insane. I'd say the most votes on a poll as well. We probably racked up over 4,000 votes on that poll for who everyone thought was going to win. And it was actually about 75% in the favour of the Springboks as well, trying not to go full tilt crybaby mode as well, says Katie Dixon, and good analysis, says David. Thank you very much, mate. Hopefully you guys did enjoy my preview that I did of this match. I did get a few comments that said maybe I was talking just a little bit too quick. So I think I will try and slow myself down just a little bit for the next one, because of the fact I was just well and truly just rambling, I think, at that one. But I made a couple little points in there as well. I was terrible that the Box gave 7 penalties away, which turned into 21 points. I just muted myself to sneeze, and hopefully it did go all right. And you guys couldn't hear that sneeze, but it is being taken just outside of the 22 now for Toulon. They need to get a try early on in the second half if they want a chance, and there have been a couple changes being made as well. It was actually the man in the number 13 jersey, Ertu, who has been taken off the field. We have got there Gilliam in the chat, as said bonjour de France as well. Welcome in to the live stream, mate. It is great to see you for this match between Toulouse and Toulon. Do let me know who you think is going to be winning this one. And we have got there 21 points. You can't have that when playing an international game as well, said Peregrine. Yeah, it was a lot indeed. Now it's going to be kicked behind there by, it was Merad. It's going to be taken by Tunglu, only a couple metres out from his line though. And that one has gone down the middle of the field now. It's going to be taken nicely by the man in number 15, Jersey Ramos. He has been able to score a try earlier on in the match. Intermac now on the 22 for Toulouse, trying to find themselves over the try line once again in this match. It's going to be offloaded back to Richie Arnold now. Get in the carry, his brother Rory on the bench at the moment. Now it's going to be going wide by the looks of Midrad. Gives it back on the inside to Talafua. Offloads back once again to Ramos. The two try scorers linking up here. And Toulouse is the best team in Europe as well, says Gillum. They are indeed, and they are in the Champions Cup, I do see, which is going to be exciting to see them play. And only, I think it's December that starts up again, which is going to be absolutely awesome. Now it's going to be Topon inside ball to Midrad. Now it was linking up beautifully, and it's going to be a penalty to Toulouse, and it's going to be a yellow card as well to Toulon, so that is not ideal for them one, but we have got there in the chat, RSC bonjour, Kava, as well, says Katie Dixon, and also we have got also Hamish found, Hamish found the most polite way to point out that Willie LaRue is worthless as well, says Sebastian. I don't know about that. Although I guess it wasn't the fact that I did say that he was off the field or something along those lines. Do let me know how we have got there in the chat. When I was in high school, I made Waikato school rep team. I went to Fiji for a Pacific Schools Cup thing, and we all saw it was fun holiday instead of a professional tournament. As I said, Johnny Blaze, and we played our games and trained, and we were also partied heaps and heaps of drinking all the time. It was fun, you know, in a new country with your friends. When we were 17, 18, there was like 30 of us as well, says Johnny Blaze. So that's pretty awesome that you end up going to Fiji for a Pacific school thing. Slightly concerns me that you said that you were drinking the whole time. What age group was the school type arrangement? But now Toulouse have kicked that one for the corner. Going to be in the hands of it then number 7 once again, looking like it is going to be nicely set here for them. And it looks like they are going to be marching forward now. Who's got the ball? It is still their number 7 at the moment. They're getting close to the line. Who is going down? Who's got it? It's a try. And it is going to be Toulouse, who have struck first. I believe it was the man in the number 7 jersey for this one, which is Placines, who has been able to score it. We haven't got there. We played our games, or I read that one, and I hope you enjoy your time here on the channel as well, says Sebastian. And also we have got Oikava Bien. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly as well in the chat. And the Booze Woosies as well, says Katie Dixon. But that is a great try once again for Toulouse here in this match, and they have now got themselves not just that bonus point, but they have got a little bit of a safety as well. 30 of us, me and 2 other blokes got banned from playing rugby in Waikato Bay of Plenty area, and that scarred me for life as well. The coach decided only 3 of us would get in trouble. So is that for the drinking side of it, Johnny Blaze? But that kind of seems like if it was all of you guys doing it, then surely there would have been a little bit more of a punishment. So you're banned from playing rugby in Waikato Bay of Plenty as well. Is that for life as well? Do let me know. But that is a bit of a, I guess I can see why you didn't want to play for Waikato. So since then, I'm like, F you, Waikato Rugby Union. As I said, Johnny Blaze, and you speak fastly. I don't understand everything, but you just seem nice, so I subscribe, says Gallop. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. I will try my best to speak a little bit slower at times as well. I just get excited, but I don't actually know too much about some of these French players. So it is hugely appreciated, all you guys who have been in the chat trying to help me out throughout these ones. So yeah, if you do have any fun stats about any of these players, do let me know, and I will be sure to read them all out. Man, your sleep schedule is messed up as well, says Uncle Bills. It is indeed, mate. I haven't gone to sleep yet at this stage, unfortunately, but it might be happening soon. We'll see how we go, but at this stage, yeah, we will be sleeping after this live stream. Hopefully, I will be able to get a decent night's sleep in that regard as well. But at this stage, Toulouse are just ramping up the pressure here, trying to get themselves one more try, perhaps, in this match at least. There is still plenty of time. It is currently daylight here in New Zealand. Haven't been to sleep yet, but we are going to be continuing to do these top 14 matches in the random hours of the night. Flash score delayed as well. That is true. I will go like this. There we go. Has updated itself now. It's going to be an offload back. It's going to be taken now by Toulouse once again, and they have got this ball back, and that just continues to happen in this one so far. It is going to be ripped away, though. And now they've got another opportunity. John Baptiste group, but it's going to be stolen there by Toulouse straight back, and that is ruthless from them in the breakdown. Going to be going out the back line now. It's going to be in the hands of, once again, their number 15, Ramos, and he's been going decently in this match, other than the factor of not being able to get a couple of his kicks. Other than that, though, he has been very dangerous throughout this match. Now it's going to be Rory Arnold driving at the line once again here, and it's going to be a penalty to Toulon. So now they will have the opportunity just outside of the 22 to be able to get something on. Johnny Blaze, naughty never as well, says Sebastian. It was only for 2 years, but oh well, that's what happens when you're naughty as well, says it was Johnny Blaze in the chat. And also we have got there, that is some horse crap. You deserve much better, brother. And yeah, oh well, live and learn. I suppose we were told to behave, but yeah, I guess too young, and I didn't think of the consequences. It was all about having fun, and I feel like going to Fiji as well would have been a pretty awesome experience, even with that happening, to be able to go to a different country to play a few games. How many games did you get to play in that one before you ended up getting banned? Do let me know. Okay, this is a weird choice. This is a very weird choice. Toulon have decided that they want to take the 3-pointer, even though they are currently sitting 24 points behind. They have got a yellow card, so they've got the man disadvantage, but 3 points is not what I would think they'd need in this situation, unfortunately. What is your opinion on the Colby transfer? I know that it has split opinions over there in France, because, of course, he transferred from this team to this team. He's gone to Toulon for this one, and I think he is a good signing for them because of the fact, I mean, they've got a bit of talent out on the wings, but he is also, I mean, Cheslin Colby is just Cheslin Colby, one of the best players in the world. He's missed that kick. That is kind of deserved, I'm going to say, just a little bit deserved, because of the fact they decided to take the 3 points rather than going for the 7. But Anthony Geelong now making his way out onto the field. Of course, he was the French captain for the matches in Australia. Can he have an impact in this game? We will have to wait and see. At this stage, Geelong coming out onto the field for Placiens, who was able to score the last try. And we have got there into the chat, Cheslin Colby going to Toulon. They play this bad is going to be hard for him, and if it is this strong for Toulon as well, says Barry Green. And that's the thing, he is not actually available until December as well. So that is a very long time to wait before he is going to be able to have an opportunity for them in that Toulon kit. But I think it's going to be an exciting signing to see what he can do there. Toulouse have got a lot of talent out on the wings. Like they've got Labelle and also Medrad as well. I believe did he transfer recently, Medrad? Do let me know, because I think I saw him in a different kit. Unless I'm thinking of a different guy with kind of the beard that he has got. Got to take the kids to school. Might catch you later as well, says Johnny Blaze. No worries, mate. Thank you very much for tuning in. It is awesome to see you once again for this one. And Jason Yang is here in the chat. He said, hi, Wallabies. Bet the Springboks 28-26. They did indeed. Very good performance from the Wallabies in that one. But yeah, at this stage, Toulouse have got quite a few points, 27. And they are kicking for the corner now to see whether or not they can extend that. We have got there. Have a good one, brother. Love to the kids and the fam. As well, says Katie Jackson. And also we have got there in the chat, Chislin Colby Chislin Colby to the rescue for Toulon. Once he's recovered, up and running, he'll carry the team on his shoulders if he has to as well, says Sebastian. And take care, brother, to Johnny Blaze in the chat as well. But I'm excited to see what he can do. There are actually quite a few players away for international duty. But once we are up to December, we are going to get to see all of those players back in full effect. Like even on the benches for these two sides, you look at it, they've got Etriard, they've got Jean-Baptiste Grue. Also, Anthony Geelong is another man as well. But Toulouse now looks like it is going to be another rolling maul. Oh, who's going to take it? It looks like it is going to be in the hands of Talafua. Not really rolling forward for them at this stage, but now it's going to be Dupont passes it back. This is a backline movement. Now it's going to be the cross kick. Who's going to be taking it? It's going to be their number 14, and he's going to be scoring the try. And it is the try of LaBelle. I just mentioned the wingers of Toulouse, and they have been able to score themselves another try. I can now see why Toulon was sitting at $8 underdogs going into this match. Now we have what's got there in the chat. Try. Toulouse, says Sebastian as well. And a very nice one as well with a cross kick from that one. And they are very happy indeed. That is for sure. Intermac, very happy. He normally does a bit of kicking, doesn't he, Intermac? But instead for this one, they have got Thomas Ramos. In the end, it was Intermac who did the cross kick. And then he was just there, LaBelle, and he was able to take it. Puts the ball down. And it is the try once again to Toulouse, their 5th try of this match now. So with this win for Toulouse, they will get themselves into first place on the full table. We will show it once again. But those of you who aren't aware where everyone is sitting at this stage, Toulon are sitting on 11 points at the moment. They won't be receiving a point. They are sitting in 11th at the moment. They are not going to be receiving a point in this game, that is for sure, because of the dangerous side that is Toulouse. Toulouse will be moving right up into first place above Racing 92, or as we know it, Kurtley Beale's team. And in last place at the moment, Stade de Francais, as we know it, Nadi Laumape's team. So it is a little bit unfortunate in that regard for Nadi Laumape. But look at this table. There are plenty of teams, plenty of games going to be played as well. That is a good strike of the ball there from Ramos. And because of it now, it has gone straight down the middle and the try goes his way. We have got there, take care, bro, as well, says David Devon. And also we have got, honestly, at this point, Toulon, look like a team that definitely need a block to aid them as well, says Sebastian. And also we have got 32-3 now. Now it's over for Toulon. Yeah, unfortunately, they aren't going to be able to stop the momentum that Toulouse is creating. And we are still only 50 minutes through this game as well. And Toulouse going to have another attacking opportunity. They have still got the likes of Julian Marchand, out on the field. And Dupont is another man who is linking up with Marchand. But now Danglot has been taken off the field, and it's going to be Blanc who has to make his way out there. Dunglo is the man who has taken off for Toulon. He was the only player who I really knew decently, unfortunately, but it is going to be Blanc now who will be out on the field there for Toulon. And now they are going to be kicking for the corner by the looks of it. They need to get themselves a try. They have decided that 3 points isn't going to be enough to be able to get them back into this contest, which I feel like is the kind of strategy that they should have gone with last time, in my opinion there. But just inside of the 22 now, they are going to have a rolling maul opportunity. And the question is, do they go for the set play? Although the line out hasn't been working too well for them a little bit earlier on, although that may have been because they had their loose head prop who was doing the throw-in for them. It was Gigashvili in that regard, and we have got close game. Either team could win it as well, says Crazy and said, I love the optimism for Toulon in this one, but yeah, unfortunately, it does seem like it's going to be just that little bit one-sided, but it seems like they have made a change there for either Toulon or Toulouse, I believe I have heard, and it is going to be Malvaka making his way out there for Julian Marchand. I'm glad that he has gone off the field because of the fact I haven't been able to pronounce his name too correctly yet, but that one's going to be thrown in. It's going to be claimed nicely for Toulouse now. My eyes are trying to play up on me a little bit now. They're trying to get this one rolling. It's going to be Triad getting driven sideways for the rolling maul defense of Toulouse. They've got a couple big men in there. One of the Arnold brothers trying to get in there and get that ball back. Also, it is the man in the number 4 jersey, Thibaut, who is trying to get that. Thibaut Flamand, I believe is the name there. But now they are going to be passing it back across field now to the big men in the number 4 jersey. Can they get themselves a try in this one, Toulon? Can they do what Argentina were just a little bit unable to do in their matchup against the All Blacks? We will have to wait and see. But once again, now it's going to be Blanc. Plays at halfback, passes it back to their number 12, sliding forward 10 meters out now for them. Oh, it's called a double movement because, oh no, a little knock on, they have said, I believe, in that situation. We've got low as well from Katie Dixon, but anytime Toulon have almost been able to get something going, unfortunately for them, just knocking on that ball. He ended up sliding and then he tried to go again and ended up knocking it on, unfortunately, there because of the fact he wasn't held originally in the tackle there, number 12, which is Scepter, but then unfortunately he actually had the man who was trying to help him, which actually made it worse for him, and he did end up knocking that ball on. But now it is going to be the scrum, and Tamani making his way out there onto the field. That is going to be Lopeti Tamani as well, very dangerous player off the bench, that is for sure, and we are going to get to see him have a full 28 minutes available to try and make a change for Toulon to try and get them one try in this match. If they can get, okay, no, that's quite a few. I was going to say if they can get 3 tries, they cancel out the bonus point, but that is going to be pretty rough. In that regard, we have got there Flash score pretty on point with the scoreboard updates. I suppose they dig French rugby more than the Saffers, and that is a good point. They have actually been very kind of not relative, very responsive is the name now. It's going to be off the back there. Talafua now just breaking the tackles. The big man in the number 8 jersey still driving forward up to the 22, 25 metres out, 20-metre drive from that man. And now it's going to be, will be Antoine Dupont kicking that downfield, taken nicely by the number 15, Cordon, trying to go for a little bit of a counter-attack, little chip in behind. He's run straight into the back of a player. And now it is going to be in the hands of, it was Medrad, kicking it downfield, great kick into the 22 of Toulon now, and all they can do from here is it is going to be the option of the kicker will be their number 21, which in this one is Bellew, and he has had to kick it to the touchline, and Toulouse will have another attacking opportunity. Looks like it won't be too long for Toulon as well, or looks like it won't be too long for Toulon as well, says David, and also we have got their reliable and professional when they want to as well, says Sebastian. So yeah, I guess maybe they have got someone in France perhaps who does the updating, because it is actually pretty much exactly as it is going, but they are just giving a round of applause at the moment to, I believe it is a fellow in the crowd. I'm not too sure who it is, and I'm not sure of the story behind it, but he is getting a massive round of applause. Maybe it is the Toulouse owner or something along those lines. Could be the cards there, because anytime they show him, the crowd are absolutely cheering and loving it. As a coach, they have just said, okay, so he is an ex-coach, I believe, in that situation, but Madrad now going to be driving forward for Toulouse once again here. Going to be now Dupont, passes it back, gives it now into the hands of the number 6, which in this one is going to be Francois Cuz. Going to be stolen, though, in the breakdown, but he throws it straight back to Richie Arnold, or Rory Arnold now is out on the field, I believe, as well. And now it is going to be in the hands of Touzan, passing it wide, and it's going to be a great step on the inside from LaBelle, offloads it as well down the wing. Once again, it's going to be Touzan driving forward towards the 25-metre line, if that was a thing, but now it's going to be Talafua, gives it back to Intermac, now going for the cross kick once again with Rad, going to be chasing it. It's not quite sitting up for him, but now it's going to be almost sitting up for everyone at this stage. Who's got it? It's just bouncing around like it's a pogo stick, and it has gone down to ground now, and it's going to be Toulouse who have got the advantage here for them, and it will be the man in the number 3 jersey driving forward here, which in this one is the Philly now passing it back to the Arnold brother here. It's going to be the replacement of Alvaca. Going now into the hands of Dupont. Once again in the ball up 10 metres out from the line at the moment, and it's going to be stolen by Toulon and a kick way downfield. That is a great kick as well, and it is going to be finding the touchline, but he has hurt himself in that regard. I think he has well and truly blown something. Hopefully it is just cramp for the man, but it seems like he has possibly twisted an ankle in that regard. But they have decided to take it quickly here for Toulouse, trying to catch them. Oh, that's going to be harsh if that goes into touch, and it has. That is harsh. That is harsh indeed. If this was an away crowd, they would have booed that big time. But because it is pretty much, tell you what's happened there is a little bit interesting. So pretty much what happens is the ball was kicked into touch, and then from there, they did take it quickly to lose. And then it's a 50-22 that they have been able to kick it into touch. So they now get the attacking line out 5 metres out, while the number 11, who would have been marking that, was in that situation. He was down injured. So they were allowed to still take that quick throw on, which I'm wondering whether or not that should have been the case. And he is still down. And he looks like he is in a lot of pain. So pretty much, yeah, it ended up in that situation of Toulon kicked the ball into touchdown field. And then from there, Toulouse, they saw that the player was down in the back play and decided to take it quickly, kicked it where that man who was injured would have been for the 50-22. And now they have the attacking line out 5 metres out. Sneaky tactics from Toulouse there. We have got there, maybe there's an actual person in there today instead of a stray cat just walking all over the keyboards as well, says KT Dixon. And also we have got there in the chat lol, and also a few emojis from Sebastian. But now this is going to be a rolling maul try, and that is unfortunately, oh, did he drop that one, Telefua? I think it was a knock on, which it sounds bad, but I'm kind of glad that happened because I feel bad for Toulon there because of the fact that they did have the player down. But Telefua just dropping that one, unfortunately for him, knocking it on. I think the sun might come out today. But later on, which is exciting stuff. Here in New Zealand, we have got the crying emoji from Katie Dixon in the chat from Georgia. I absolutely love that emoji. I still need to add my emoji as well, which we were going to have it as me kind of frozen, I guess you could say, with the confused face on while I'm listening to the TMO. And hi, I'm here as well, says Tina. Welcome in to the live stream. It is great to see you for this match between Toulouse and Toulon. It's been pretty one-sided, but at this stage, it seems like it will be a win to Toulouse with a bonus point as well that will put them into the situation of being first on the table. Telefua once again getting a carry, little offload on the outside. Anthony Geelong pulls the ears back, and he's going to be 10 metres out now. And Dupont done well to get his hands on the ball now, passing it across once again. It is going to be Rory Arnold, the replacement lock, going to get an opportunity. Stolen by Toulon once again in the breakdown. They've done well a couple times there in that situation. And now on the halfway line, there's going to be LaBelle firing it sideways now. Kick in behind from Ramos, looking for the touchline. It's going back for the penalty, though. And it is for offside, so I believe it is going to be Toulon who do receive that one. And we have got there in the chat, looks like beautiful day outside. Too bad we cannot go outside as well, says Katie Dixon. And also we have got hey, how you do as well from Katie Dixon to Tina. And also Toulouse don't even have to show good sportsmanship. Are they above that sort of thing as well, says Sebastian. And the last time I was here, it was the second test, New Zealand versus Australia. So it is great to see you back once again. That was a little while ago. Indeed, it would have been around early September. No, we are almost in early September. So I would say it was around mid-August, I think, if I'm not wrong for that one, or late August. So it is great to have you back for this Toulouse versus Toulon live stream. We're going to be covering not just the top 14, but also the Gallagher Premiership, United Rugby Championship, the Rugby Championship, like the games that we did just cover, and also Bunnings NPC is another one alongside the Sevens as well. We are covering everything on the channel, no matter the hour of the day, which at the moment is 8:26 a.m. And I have not slept yet, which might not be a smart move. But now Dung Lu is actually back out on the field. And I'm not too sure what happened there, but Malez going to be out there, and that is going to be replacing Tafili. So I believe that is because of maybe an HIA or something along those lines. They've made quite a few changes both sides here, and they are a hobby of the names that I can't really pronounce, unfortunately, but that's going to be taken there. Stolen by Toulouse. Rory Arnold able to get his hands on that one. Now it's going to be Dupont. Looking like he will be kicking this one. And Matt going to be chasing it hard as well, trying to line this one up in the air. And he is chasing it very nicely. Oh, it's gone straight through the hands of Waina Kuala, not even getting close to being able to touch that ball. So maybe it was a little bit of strategy, but maybe it could have been the situation of he just ended up missing that one. And Toulouse once again trying to take that one quickly. But I believe he didn't even touch the ball, so it will be Toulon who will have this line out throw. We have got there in the chat. I'm from Wellington as well, says Tina. And the awesome thing is the Bunnings NPC is starting back up, and Wellington are going to be playing Taranaki on Saturday at 2:05 p.m. next week. So that is going to be an awesome game, and we are going to be covering that one as well. But now it's going to be going to the front of the line area. He's jumped up and quite been able to take it there, but offloaded back there, and it's going to be called not straight, or is it going to be? Yes, it is indeed not straight throw. And my voice is trying to disappear at the stage, and I'll be on the train all night. Hopefully, will be nice this time as well, says Sebastian. Jeez, that got dark real quick. And we almost got there. I also keep forgetting that you're in your 20s, Hamish. Got that stamina. You can stay awake longer than we in our 30s as well, says Katie Dixon. And Nanai Williams making his way out onto the field. Tim Nanai Williams, that is. Few of us Kiwis recognise that man. That is for sure. But he is a very useful, versatile back, they have said as well. But yeah, it is one of those ones that luckily my body clock seems to have almost gotten used to the fact that I'm kind of up in all hours of the night. So it does mean that it is very useful in some regards for these games that are overseas games, but also does mean that I don't see a lot of daylight. So who knows, maybe after this game, if the sun is out, I might sit out there for just a little bit as I fall asleep in a chair out on the deck perhaps. So we have got this, also got there. Yeah, they are too as well. Says Tina, so yeah, that's going to be an entertaining game and a half. Do you think Wellington are going to win that game? Do let me know your score prediction for that one, because I know that Taranaki are in the championship rather than the premiership. So Wellington, I believe, will be the favourites, but neither side have lost. I matched him. Nanai Williams, little knock on there. My voice is actually, my throat's trying to stop me from speaking. Kept on cutting myself off, but it's going to be a penalty there. And it is going to go the way of Toulouse. 20 minutes left in this game. The second half has been taking a little bit longer than the first, but that is because of the fact we've had quite a few stoppages due to not just the injury, but also we have got quite a few penalties happening as well, maybe as well. Says Atina for who is going to be winning that one. But Wellington at the moment, the player who comes to mind straight away is Duplessis Karefi. He scored a try in both of the opening matches for Wellington. Also, Tame Plumtree able to get a hat-trick in that first match for them as well. Very talented player there, but they don't have a Safa Moa. He was a player who has now signed for the All Blacks, or he hasn't signed for them, but he is in that All Black squad. He actually played in a game last night as well. He played very well. Safa Moa, looking forward to seeing him in the All Blacks jersey in the future, but now it is going to be the throw in here for Malvaka. Parisi now. Once again, we are having a double blow of the whistle because there are still subs being made for both sides. I love these vids as well, Cestina. I absolutely love making them as well. Like, these are one of those ones that I always enjoy these live streams, no matter how many people we have watching. The part of it that is just absolutely awesome is not just you guys in the chat as well. Like, that is one thing that I feel like that's about 90% of it, but I was also getting to learn these new players as well throughout these live streams is absolutely awesome. But yeah, you guys in the chat are just absolutely awesome, and it means that we do just get to have a little bit of a catch up, not just talking about this game, because you guys have mentioned in the past sometimes that no one is actually watching the game that is on, but it's more we just get to have a rugby chat and also just get to have a catch up with what has been happening. This is definitely one of the best, most entertaining, most cozy channels on YouTube as well, says Katie Dixon. I do thank you very much for that, and hopefully almost 6K subs as well. Holy cow, says Katie Dixon. Yeah, we went up a huge amount yesterday. I believe we went up about 400 or so yesterday, which was absolutely insane. Tina said, did you do Argentina versus New Zealand? I did indeed. We covered that game, and it was a good match. New Zealand able to get that bonus point win, which now gives them 15 points on the Rugby Championship channel. And we have also got this channel is like the SpaceX rocket as well, says KT, and also Hype Train Choo Choo as well from Sebastian in the chat. And Madrad, he is the man with the mutton chops, as they are called. He's getting some eye drops at the moment. They wouldn't feel too comfortable, I wouldn't think. But he is clearing out the eyes. I'm always one of those ones. I haven't used many eye drops in my time because it looks like it would be a very kind of weird feeling. Because I mean, I get water in the eye when I'm like having a shower or something, and I just sit there going like this. But yeah, I have to go to bed as well, says Tina. So we will see you later. But I do thank you once again for tuning in for this live stream. But they are showing that man on the number 8, Jersey Perasi, who was hoping to help his side get a win, but just wasn't quite able to in this one. I'm just looking through. They have still got one a quarter out on the field for Toulon. Maybe he can be the one who will score that first try of the match for Toulon. Can they get one? Tell you what, we will ask the question. Katie Dixon, Sebastian as well, and Tina, if you are still here possibly, and anyone else who is in the chat, do you think that Toulon will score a try in this match? 62 minutes in at the moment. Toulouse are once again going to have a scrum 5 meters out. No, last night. Oh, I had to go to bed, sorry, rather than have to go to bed. Okay, I did read that wrong. My apologies there. But yeah, the next game is going to be at 7:05 p.m. on the Saturday, I believe. And that will be Argentina, or sorry, that will be Australia taking on, oh, you're not stopping him. Oh, they have stopped him though. They've done it very nicely indeed, the knock on against Toulouse. And because of it now, it will be Toulon who will have the scrum feed. But Talafoa, he is dangerous. I haven't seen too much of him before, but I think I will remember that name because he is looking absolutely lethal out there on the field at the moment, other than a couple of handling errors that have been sneaking into the game as well. And we have got Hey Mate as well, says Luke. Welcome into the live stream. Are you in Australia, Luke? Because that would mean it would be around, is it 6 a.m. at the moment there, Luke? Do let me know if that is the case. That is well and truly commitment, mate. And it is great to see you once again. We have got, yes, I think they will score one try as well, it says Katie Dixon. And yeah, at this stage, they are going to be only a few meters out from their own line. So they're going to have to make sure that they do work their way up the field by quite a wee margin. It is going to be, yes, it is as well, says Luke. Do you normally get up at 6, Luke, on a Monday? Do let me know, because that is very early indeed. Haven't actually gone to bed yet. I'm tired as hell, says Luke as well. Yeah, at this stage, we have been up since around 12 o'clock or somewhere around there, actually a little bit maybe later than that yesterday. So I've been up for quite a wee while. It's 8:33 or 32 here, as I said, and I assume that is AM here in New Zealand, and also Toot as well. It says Katie Dixon with the vampire emoji as well. Maybe I need to do something. Halloween's coming up. I'm thinking about maybe doing something for Halloween as well. Toulon morally demolished. No try on this one, I fear, as well, says Sebastian. You got to feel for them, don't you? Those men are having a good time in the hot tub, though. That is something that I haven't really seen too much of, is the fact that you're allowed to have a hot tub right next to the game. I believe they do that for cricket sometimes for the 2020s, but I haven't seen it for a rugby game. But I guess it is the perfect place to be on a cold night in France, having yourself a little hot tub party with the boys, I guess you could say. But now it's going to be kicked downfield. It's inside of the in-goal area. He is able to put this one down. It would be a goal line dropout. Does he realize that now? It is going to be a goal line dropout. Everyone was kind of going a bit crazy there. He didn't realize that it is a goal line dropout. Not too many people know that rule in this competition so far, it seems. But it is going to be the goal line dropout rather than the 5-meter scrum, I should say. We always got this as being the most sleep-deprived weekend of the year. Yeah, I'd almost agree with that as well, to be fair. I think even the nights before this one, I was in that situation of I probably got like 6 hours sleep the night before, and then maybe around that the night before as well, just editing, flat out filming videos as well. We didn't even get to release a couple of those ones that I have filmed, so maybe I'll release them a little bit later on in the week, because they were actually South Africa versus Argentina, South Africa versus Australia was one of them. We have got there in the chat. Yes, I do. I have an essay, and I'm finishing it off. It's due at 9 a.m. as well, so hopefully you will be able to get that one finished, Luke. Even with your hand, hopefully your hand is healing all right as well. Do let me know if that is the case. We have got there in the chat. Yes, sorry, as well, 16, and also soon I have to go soon. No worries. It is great to see you once again, though. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy Hamish's last few minutes on stream with a beard as well, says Sebastian. That is a good point. When we are to our Friday live stream, I'm going to have this part gone, and it is just going to be the stash. I'm going to be trying to grow it like Nick White, but it just doesn't quite want to do it, unfortunately. For myself and Mac, once again, going to be driving 40 or 15 minutes left here. It's going to be Rory Arnold, the replacement. Number 5, I think he is on the field at the moment. I think he replaced his brother, if I'm not wrong. They are going to be running out for LaBelle there with the ball in hand. Let me get Kiwi lads. You can't wait for this game to end so you can sleep. Although the problem with games ending is I don't get to chat to you guys anymore, which I guess sounds kind of a little bit cheesy, but it is the case. But as soon as the game is over, it does mean that we end up going to bed. And then we haven't really got any live streams planned up until maybe around, I'd say, hopefully we can do one either tomorrow night or the night after. We will be able to have our next one. Are you really going to shave your beard, Hamish, as well? Says Katie Dixon. Unfortunately, I did end up getting into a little bit of a forfeit situation at the start of the live stream. I mentioned about how if the Wallabies were somehow able to win the match, or if the Springboks lost the match, I think was the call, I would shave this part off. And everyone agreed to it. I realized, though, it was kind of a lose-lose situation for myself, because it was either I was going to lose the beard, but then no one really bet anything in terms of the kind of other side of it. So it was kind of like, if South Africa win, they win. But then if South Africa lose, I lose the beard. So it was kind of a bit of a kind of a happy medium, I guess you could say, for everyone who was watching. But we did it an insane amount of support on that live stream. So I'm well and truly going to be shaving it off and leaving the mo for this one, Kiwi lads, as Classes Monsters, Dracula, Frankenstein's Monster, Wolfman, Night of the Living Dead Zombie as well, says Katie Dixon. Maybe we do need to get ourselves in that situation. Or is it going to be a rolling maul? Yes, it is. And Toulouse are just going to be too strong. And they are going to be able to hold this one up. If it goes to ground and they don't get this one out, it is a scrum feed to Toulouse. You got to feel for Toulon, because every time they get an opportunity, they're just swarmed. Unfortunately for them, and we have got there. Oh my God, Hamish dressed up like a vampire as well, says Katie Dixon. And also we have got there, it doesn't sound cheesy at all, Hamish. It's sad to have to leave people you like talking to, even if it's just for a little while. I love this community so much. Yeah, it's awesome. Like the amount of support that you guys show on all of these live streams as well. Like even this one, I know it sounds like an interesting one, but 10 people watching for this is still a lot more than I would expect for a live stream on the top 14, a competition that we have never covered before. And it has been pretty entertaining this game so far. Toulouse are able to get a lot of points on the board. It's been one of the more high-scoring ones in terms of the tries scored, I believe, as well. Why do you end it so quick after end? And is there a reason why you end it so quick? Just asking as well, says Barry Green. It does depend on the live stream. So the reason I ended the Springboks versus Australia one so quick was because we were going straight over to our post-match review. So if we've got a post-match review after, or another match that is going to be taking place after that one, normally that is why we have to end just a little bit earlier to prepare for that one, because the likes of the one today, I was hoping to get the table kind of made up, and then I was going to have it edited in to the next live stream, but I didn't quite have a chance to do it in between the two live streams because I left myself just a little bit too little time. But pretty much that is the reasoning behind it. Pretty much it is to the factor of getting ready for the next live stream if we got more than one, or going from there. But normally if there is a chance to sit around for a little bit longer and have a chat, I will do my best to be able to do that on those live streams, because I always like hearing your guys' thoughts on the games as well. And we have got there Morena Kaz as well. Says J-Rock, welcome into the live stream. It is good to see you here in New Zealand at the moment. I believe you would be as well. 8:39 a.m. on a Monday. Going to be a very busy week by the looks of it in the rugby world. We have got the Sevens competition starting up this weekend, which is going to be a 2-day competition. And also it is going to be in that situation of it being, it's just going to be hectic. There's going to be the Gallagher Premiership starting up, Bunnings NBC starting up, 2 games of the Rugby Championship, everything in between as well. Whoever it's got there. And there I've done it. I've just finished my 1,000-word essay as well, says Luke. So that is awesome news. And I also do see that you said your hand is going good. I'm doing it on my computer as well, says Luke. And also we have got, is it because of copyright? Copyright doesn't have anything to kind of do with it. I don't believe kind of going longer after the match affects anything with the copyright. Luckily, we haven't had any copyright strikes for a very long time. The last one we got was for Super Rugby AU, but then they were able to take that one away just before Super Rugby Aotearoa, which was pretty awesome in that regard. That one's gone down on the front row. But the reason why it was so awesome was because of the fact we have been playing Rugby Challenge for like Super Rugby Aotearoa, and we did literally 2 months worth of videos each week. We would play a couple more games, and the problem was we got into that situation of we got a strike for Super Rugby AU, which would have meant we were banned from live streaming for 3 months when that when it got into that situation. I've seen Sebastian's comment there in the chat as well. But yeah, pretty much we would have been banned for 3 months. And when you think about it, Super Rugby starting in February, we would have missed all the Super Rugby Aotearoa, all of Super Rugby AU, all of Super Rugby Trans-Tasman, all of those competitions, and we got a strike before the live stream had even started, so they didn't know if we were using copyrighted footage or anything like that. And now it is going to be once again going forward here. Tousand going to be the man who is carrying that one into Mac now, going for the kick in behind, just looking for a little bit of a cheeky one over the top. 50-22 for into Mac, and now it is going to be a 5-meter line out here for Toulouse, and they are playing the 50-22 rule very nicely. Let's go, bro. Can you show the game as well as Sebastian? The thing is, with the top 14, I have seen a lot of full match highlights or full match kind of on YouTube. So I'm not sure whether or not they're as strict with copyright, but I feel like we would end up still not being able to take that risk because of the fact that it would end up getting us in a bit of trouble as well. I had a nightmare last night that South Africa kicked a penalty goal in the last minute as well. Says Luke, tell you what, that would have been a scary one to wake up to, that is for sure. But then I'm sure Quade Cooper was able to soothe the dreams there. Oh, they were able to get the ball back to Toulon, but then now they've got the ball back to lose, and now it's going to be a scrum feed for them once again. 9 minutes left in this game now. I see you have 2 channels, 2 new channels, Kiwi lads, as well as these Berrigan, although I believe it is one of those ones. We've had those channels for a little while. I just haven't added them to the channels that come up on the kind of channel section. So anyone who doesn't know about those 2, it is the Kiwi Lads main channel is the one that we are on at the moment. Then we've got the Kiwi Lads Sport, which is kind of the backup, but also I want to do more sports that are outside of just rugby. The likes of me and Isaac, we're thinking about doing some sort of Formula 1 type thing as well. And then also it is going to be in that situation of also the other channel is Kiwi Lads Gaming. We've been doing a few live streams on that channel recently. Me, George, Daniel, and Isaac all being involved in a couple of those ones as well. And then we've got the Kiwi Lads Clips, which is going to be for short little snippets that we are going to be hopefully getting up and running very soon, although I am also going to be running that one. So it's kind of in that situation of George always has a good idea of starting another channel, but then he always ends up kind of editing the first video, and then I end up with the responsibilities of continuing to edit those ones. And then the Kiwi Lads Reacts, which was George's little project, but he's only under 1 video on there. LaBelle not able to reach out there for Toulouse. Talafour going for the touchline there, or going for the try line, I should say, but forced into touch. Looking for his second of the match there. Kiwi Lads Reacts and Kiwi Lads Clips as well. Says that Barragreen and show the cameras as well in there from Katie Dixon. Also, we have got there God Hamish. Too much quality rugby coming up to take that kind of risk. You know, Rugby Championship and Gallagher Premiership waiting. Yeah, I want to cover everything at this stage. Like, as long as my voice allows it, I am just going to keep on doing these live streams. I should say my voice, but also, I guess, my body and my head, because of the fact that it will have to keep on going throughout the middle of the night for these ones. The likes of the United Rugby Championship, those games start at awkward hours of the night. That is for sure. But we're going to do it. We are going to continue to do it. The sleep schedule will be a little bit buggered. I think the sun's actually out. Look at that. It's sunny outside. It's a grey cloud in that background, which does not look ideal. So hopefully it doesn't end up raining and windy and all sorts like it was last night. There was thunder last night, unfortunately, there as well. I know this video game is like extra old, but I would like to see all four of you play something like Gang Beasts. Oh, okay. Believe it or not, me and George have a Gang Beasts video that we never released from about, I would say 14 months ago we played the game, me and George, and we never released it. Maybe I'll have to go back through, have a look at that footage, see whether or not there is anything there that could be used for a Kiwi Lads video perhaps. But also, yeah, that would be an awesome game. Also, Dead by Daylight is another one that has been recommended, I believe it was by Sebastian in that regard. And to be honest, the real reason I'm up is because the Kansas City Chiefs are playing and I support them now. It's going to be the try for Toulouse, just driving over the top. Who was that man? He just came off the bench, I believe it was Lapeti Tamani. No, it wasn't. It was Pieto Malvoca. He was running like he was a back, that man. The speed that he had, your reaction to actually seeing the sun, bless as well. Says Sebastian, let's see it. As well says Katie Dixon, in no way in there as well. Good drive there. It doesn't seem like, I guess actually, I've realized I don't really need the curtains closed because of the fact that if it is daylight, the sun's going behind a cloud. The sun is no longer out, ladies and gentlemen, I guess. So, oh no, it's coming back. It's coming back. You can't see it, unfortunately, because of the fact that the window wall, I've got no fingers. No, it's all right. But now it is going to be close to the touchline, and it will be the kicking opportunity for Toulouse. It's a nice-ish day. Still looks like it could well and truly rain at some stage. That's a nice bush in the background and a roof as well while we are at it. But now it is going to be the kick from the touchline here for Thomas Ramos. See whether or not he can get himself another try there. Oh, there he is having sun as well. And how many minutes left in the game? We have still got 5 minutes left in this game, which can't come quick enough for Toulon because they just haven't quite been able to get anything really going in this match. And he's striking it very nicely here, Ramos. He did miss the first two kicks, but other than that, it was in that situation of him doing it very nicely indeed. We have got there the sun. Hamish is up. Time to play hide and seek with him as well. And nice push, Hamish. Says the Katie Dixon. Also, we have got there. Wasn't there a massive storm on the South Island last night? There was indeed. We had thunderstorms last night. And also, yesterday, it was threatening that it was going to be in the situation of losing power here where I am from because of the fact that we had severe weather warnings for the wind. But luckily, the power did not go out. But if it did, I was still going to be covering the games. I was just going to have to buy some data and have it in that situation of being in the situation of having to do it through the phone rather than on the PC. But now at the backline, once again, they're looking strong here to lose. They haven't really not looked strong at any moment throughout this game, but now Toulon just knocked it on again. You got to feel for them because it is just not going well at all, unfortunately, for them. I believe it would have been there. Cordonu wasn't quite able to hold that one. There's a nice push, Hamish, as well. Says Sebastian, there's a nice push as the quote. And also we have got there, put it on a shirt as well, says Katie Dixon. Could do. It could be along with Honorary Barrett and Laser Boots as well, says Katie Dixon. Yeah, I mean, we've had a few weird sayings on the channel overall that I feel like could turn into merch in the future, perhaps. But at this stage, 76.5 minutes through this game, Toulouse, once again, nothing to lose from here because of the fact that they are straight out in front with an opportunity from 30 meters out to get themselves another try. Okay, so there's a chant going around the stadium at the moment, which is whoever doesn't jump isn't supporting Toulouse or something along those lines. I think the commentator just said that knock on is just depressing poor lads in the Toulon jersey as well. Yeah, you don't want to see it. And unfortunately, it just ended up in that situation. Oh, they've got the advantage as well now. And they're going to be extending. Oh, Tim Nanai Williams puts the ball down. And now it will be the opportunity and penalty at scrum time. Toulouse have got another opportunity to extend this lead. Or do they take the three-pointer? Looks like now it is going to be Ramos. What does he decide to do? He looked like he was going to take the tap for a second, but instead now they are going to go for the corner. They are trying to extend that lead that they have got. And we have got there's not a single cloud in sight in Sydney right now, but there is a rain forecast today as well, says Luke. I feel like we're almost the opposite. We've got a whole heap of clouds, but luckily the sun is kind of peeking its head out at the moment. And Etriad is going to be coming off the field. And that is going to be the replacement of Mike Soseni Fairguy or something along that lines. I think my face just froze when I did that face as well, which is unfortunate. And we always got Adol to the card as well, says Sebastian. Who knows? Maybe one day. I feel like I have to write them all down because of the fact that we have had quite a few. That is for sure. So maybe we have some sort of merchandise coming in the future years as well, says Katie Dixon. And now at this stage, it is going to be going back to Geelong once again. 5 meters out here for Toulouse. Only another minute left in this game, or 2 minutes left at this stage now. Driving forward once again, it is going to be now Netty getting one of his first carries. Like they are saying, good body position. Tim Nanai Williams pierces the gap, sliding towards the line. Still only a metre short. Can Toulouse get themselves another? They've got the short side opportunity. The ball's been dropped, and now it's going to be the opportunity for Toulon. Can they get one in this match? They're going to have to go about 80 metres, if that, to be able to do so. They're going with the back line now, straightening in. Not the best option, I don't believe, in that situation. Almost stolen in the breakdown as well. Now it's going to be back to Wainakwolo, running high at the line at Tim Nanai Williams, who is able to drag him down on the 22 now, and Tim Nanai Williams gets on there, but it is going back now for the advantage for the knock-on. We have Oscar there in the chat, George with chalky milk as well, and chocolate milk mustache emoji as well, says Katie Dixon. Oh, you're giving me all these good ideas. I feel like I'm going to have to remember this chat and make a little note to myself that this is the one to have a look at in terms of the little bit of stuff. I'm not sure why I've done that. That doesn't really help me out. I just put note in the chat as if that is something that will somehow like kind of click it into my notebook, but I don't think that is possible at this stage. I don't think the technology has come that far. It was 30 degrees here, and it was 25 degrees when the Wallabies were playing. It wasn't nice conditions to watch the game in as well, says Luke. So that would have been very warm. And I guess the Springboks, they are in winter, or they were in winter when they were in South Africa. Their first away game in a very long time, since the World Cup, I believe, is the last time. Note to self as well, says a Katie Dixon. But yeah, note in the chat, I don't think does affect too much for myself. I'm not sure what I was planning there. It is 8:50 a.m., so I think my brain was like, if I write note, it's just going to magically appear on my phone, which unfortunately is not quite the case. But at this stage, we hear the siren now. Toulon, they are sitting only 10 meters out from their line. If they win the scrum, do they kick the ball into touch to end the suffering, or do they continue to try and fight and get themselves a penalty? No, off the back instead now. Going to be passing it back. It looks like they are going to be going for the back line movement here. Toulon firing it out now at the Wainakwolo with a good step as well, with the fend on El Riad getting down the field a little bit further close to the touchline. And he is in touch, or is he? No, the ball is still in play, and they are going to continue to drive forward here, Toulon, to try and get themselves one more. They've got the advantage as well, so they will have the good opportunity. Oh, they've dropped the ball again, but it is going to be the penalty advantage. So now it is going to be in that situation of going back here now, taken quickly here, rather than going for the line out. Wainakwolo now having the legs taken out from underneath him by Anthony Geelong. Going back across now, LeBlanc. Or LeBlanc. I feel like I pronounced that wrong. Julien Blanc. What's the name there? Big contact there from Toulouse and Toulon, almost holding him up there, but he has gone to ground. We have got there in the chat. Were Toulon good? They didn't have the best game, unfortunately, for them in this situation. That's a terrible pass, but he's done very well to hang on to that one. They're up to the halfway line, so maybe their best opportunity. It's going to be stolen by Toulon there. Are they going to kick it into touch? Geelong fires it back, and by the looks of it now, it is going to be in the hands of Ramos. He's going to take on the line by the looks of it. They're close to the touchline. They're still going here. He's knocked the ball on, and it's back in the hands of Toulon now. He's kicked it in mine. That's going to be advantage over. No, it's going to be a penalty now, and it's a double blow of the whistle, and it looks like could end up being a yellow card. Yes, it will be. So because of it now, I guess that's a little bit of a late win for Toulon in some regards. And we have also got there. Have a good day, everyone, as well from Crazy NZ. Right back at you, mate. Hope you do have a very good day indeed. And we have got sounds legit to me as well, says Katie Dixon. Also, I thought they were the best in Europe, although that is Toulouse, who are the best team in Europe. They are the ones who are leading 41 points to the 3, but Toulon is the side who are on the 3 points. But Toulouse Toulouse, I should say, have had a very good game, but it is Toulon who have been struggling a little bit. The names are quite similar in their regard, and we have got there into the chat, flick note in the chat to look. He knows what he's doing. I love you, Hamish, as well. Says it is Sebastian in the chat. And we almost got there the Tens and the Kierans in the chat as well. You too, mate, from Katie Dixon. And also we have got have a good one, Crazy, as well. Says Sebastian with the yellow card from Katie Dixon there. So that now means that they are going to be down to 14 men for the rest of this match now. They're actually looking like they're going upstairs, are they? Oh, no, they're looking for a ball. I was wondering what that was, but he's looking for the circle that they do need to be able to play a game of rugby, because, of course, that is exactly what they need, the oval shape ball. Any colour card in the last 3 minutes gives me emotional diarrhea as well, says Katie Dixon. And yeah, at this stage, we're sitting at 81 minutes I should actually go like this. There we go. And we have now got the 81 minutes, although I'm actually going to take it away. They're going to take the quick tap here and just driving at the line now. They've got the big forwards right there. I think they should use their back line, try and get it out to the one Aqualo out on the wing rather than just hitting this ball up, but they might be able to muscle their way over here for Toulon, but I feel like it's too risky with the fact that Toulouse might be able to steal the penalty. I am wrong. Or am I? They are still going to be just that metre short round this side. Once again, they are over the line. And it is the try to Toulon. They have been able to score it right at the end of this game. And in the end, it was Lopeti Tamani who was able to score it. So they've done very well in that regard to be able to get themselves their first try of the match. Now we have got they are confusing. Didn't Cheslin Colby move to Toulouse as well? He actually moved from Toulouse to Toulouse, Toulon is where he has moved to Cheslin Colby as well. And we also got there Toulouse to Toulon as well. Methinks as well, says KT Dixon, it is indeed, and he is going to be playing for them in December. It's when he gets his next opportunity. Sad day for Toulon, yeah. Although I will say they did decide to fight hard. They were only 10 metres out from their line, and they decided to go right up the field and score themselves a try. The only try of the match for them, but they were able to get one, which I feel like it isn't a huge kind of victory, you would say, but at least they were able to get some form of a try on the board, even though it did come in the 82nd minute for Lopeti Tamani. That one is going to be going over as well. So the end of this match is upon us, and the score is going to be 10 points to Toulon and also 41 points to Toulouse, and they received the bonus point as well, which now puts them into the number one position on the table. We have got the play for Toulouse now moved to Toulon as well, and also we have got Toulon as well. Not sure where the emphasis is as well. It says Katie Dixon, and this is confusing with the names as well. They are indeed definitely when they have written them like this. I always call these teams Toulouse and Toulon. I think are my easiest ways of explaining them. That is for sure. But Geelong there debut for Toulouse, having a decent game off the bench as well, Anthony Geelong, but they were able to score a lot of tries in this one. And the one try of the match for Toulon was scored by Lopeti Tamani. Then for Toulouse, they were able to score tries with a few of their players. It was Tolafua who scored the first one, then also scoring tries, Zach Holmes, Ramos Lapel, and then there was a try, I believe it was for Malvaka, was the man who was able to get the other try in this matchup. And nonetheless, we are sitting at 8:56 a.m. here in New Zealand. We have done an all-nighter, and at this stage now, we are at the end of this live stream. Also, it is Stade Rochelle, but we say La Rochelle as well, says Sebastian. I've just realized maybe would I be strategic to actually have that kind of put that way as the title, or should I just stick with La Rochelle? I feel like sticking with La Rochelle would be a good way of doing it, but maybe wouldn't be a bad idea to include that somewhere in terms of, because the fact I didn't actually realize that was how it was said. I thought everyone called them La Rochelle, not just us Kiwis and Aussies and South Africans and everyone along those lines. But at this stage, they're going to have an interview with the losing captain there, Cordon, who just didn't quite have the best game, unfortunately, for the man. But nonetheless, I think with that being said, this is going to be the end of this live stream. I would love to stay and chat for a little bit longer, but I am well and truly tired at this stage, as I have been up for a few hours to say the least, and we have also covered quite a few games of rugby today. But I do thank you all very much for tuning in for this live stream. We will be back very soon, whether it is on this channel or the Kiwi Lads Gaming channel. We will be back very soon. And Debbie Scott, thank you so much for all the streams, Hamish. Thank you for all you do for us. 10 out of 10. I regret missing the South Africa Australian game. Have a good sleep, Hamish, as well from KD Jackson. But I do thank you very much for tuning into this one. Hopefully you do enjoy those highlights, I should say, of that game, or a full match replay if someone has got it somewhere there. And see you, mate, as well, says Luke. And Kieran with the Billy and the ball in the George as well. Take care, everyone. Big love as well, says Sebastian. But yeah, nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. And I will see you all for